So our GM has been injured in the Call of Duty, trying to GM. In fact, for those of you not aware, I don't even know if the three of you are aware of this. Several of my streamers and the people who've been starting up in my other forum, you know, my non-D&D forum, have been like, we should go play D&D on this other forum. And of course, for some strange reason, they've all been like, Arsh, GM for us, GM for us. I said no. But I was so wounded. I was so wounded by it. Let's see if I can get a good angle of it here. That
this is gonna happen like 6 months from now, and they're gonna be like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, I know. They're gonna be like, "Hang on," because by that point, I'll have given in and just started GMing for them. And all right, so it is April 27th at about 7 p.m. on a ship that is referred to as the Blood Falcon, currently crewed by several show individuals. It is late at night. Everyone's probably kind of wiped, having literally just been fighting a 2-day battle or doing weirdness, respectively, for lack of a better way to describe what Guido's been up to. And the ship is currently heading north on a direct course, last I checked, feel free to correct me on this, directly towards your mountain hideout, which, to my knowledge, does not have a name yet.
No, I thought we named it.
If it is, I don't have it in my notes. I just checked. So, it's possible you did. I just didn't write it down.
It's Fox Ridge.
Fox Ridge? Here, let me
That's
make a note
what I
of
have
that.
written down.
God, it's so weird having a functional scroll wheel. Okay, so Fox Ridge. One word or two?
2.
Okay, Fox Ridge. The place of awesome, which is swarming with lycanthropes. Okay, so.
Really quick, did we want to back up at all to that flight from Uga to escape?
Escape what?
Well, I had mentioned a conversation that I was going to have.
We're going to go ahead and show something a little out of order, guys, because I want Guido to have this conversation in character. I totally agreed with his thoughts on the matter.
I remember.
So this actually happens while the Blood Falcon is actually fleeing from Uga towards Alarkos. So.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, this is kind of important.
I don't remember what it's about. I just remember that there was going to be a talk between you two.
So, what I was thinking was...
Oh, wait, is this the one where you make sure that Snarg is aware of the thing that I don't remember
Yeah.
what it is? Ah!
Yeah. So, we're escaping from the other
Reds.
airship. Yeah, the Reds. The other airship, making maneuvers and rolling a lot of ones, if I remember correctly.
Maneuvers, is that what we're calling rolling ones now?
Maneuvers.
Evasive maneuvers.
Oh yes,
Yes.
maneuvers. We have dismissed this claim of maneuvers.
But we have successfully escaped, and so now we're en route
Trying
to the
desperately
crash.
not
I'm
to
assuming.
crash.
Well, I'm assuming this is in between the escape and the crash into the mountain. So, just for like time frame reference. Anyway, Snarg and I are on the bridge. I believe Z was off exploring at that point.
Yeah, I've gone off to go figure out what's up with our passed out
Right.
crew.
So flying the ship, and so I turned to Snarg. Well, thank heavens we escaped. I'd hate to have another incident like what happened at... location. I'm sorry.
Location.
He's thinking.
Yeah, out of character. I'm trying to remember the name of the town that we were at.
The irony is I can't check my map because my map isn't updated to had a crater where that used to be.
Don't you have an old copy of the map?
I think I do. That's what I'm looking for right now. Hang on, because I tend to keep that kind of thing around.
Or
Marble Bush. Marble Bush.
Yeah.
That's the name of the town, Marble Bush.
That is correct.
Okay. So, thank the heavens we escaped. If we had had another incident like what happened in Marble Bush, I can't imagine the devastation.
Well, good thing they weren't using those kind of weapons there.
That wasn't a weapon.
Well, it
That
kind of
was-
looked like one to me. I mean, like, what do you call that?
That was an airship explosion.
No, it can't be.
Yeah, that was.
What?
That's what
Why would-
happens when an airship engine explodes.
Then why do they keep using them?
Because nobody fires on airships. It's why you don't fire on airships.
Wait, hang on, back up. They got to know about this.
Well, I would assume they know about it, but I mean,
Obviously not. They just sat there and fired at each other, and we were firing at each other, and
well,
you'd think that if they knew about it, they wouldn't fire another airship because they killed themselves. Yeah? Oh.
it
How do you know about it?
because we
Saw
were
it.
traversing through when we were in the psionic facility. We teleported out to get to, what was it, the Olthoi.
Yeah.
Z had taken me to with her. We teleported out into that devastation, and then to the Olthoi. I don't remember exactly the chain of events, Z. If you can help refresh my memory on
Basically, what happened is in the almost immediate aftermath, you and I teleported out. And we were close enough to see, and you rolled really well on your engineering for once. You didn't roll a 1. And
that was back when that was my only good skill.
yeah, you were able to, for lack of a better term, theorize and intuit that were 2 magicite cores to rupture at the same time in a catastrophic way by, say, being bombarded to death, it would cause this kind of reaction. So you were able to figure that out that way.
Right. So what you're saying is for every airship somebody builds, we get closer to this huge chain reaction that blows up the whole continent.
Only if they fire on each other.
And it only takes one.
And that would only happen if there was like a war going on. I mean, come on.
We'll never be at war.
Yeah. Well, so
Shouldn't we tell someone?
well, who are we going to tell? I mean,
Like, can't you tell your buddies at Osteth or something? I mean, they'd believe you, right?
yeah, that's I'm not that well connected.
Yeah. Well, shoot, you at least know what you're talking about.
No. So anyway,
I wonder if the Derricos know. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. I kind of made a deal with
That
the
hasn't
Derricos.
happened yet.
I will. All right. I'll say that in a couple
you're
hours.
going to be making a deal.
By the way, I'm going to be making a deal with the Derricos. I just have this spider sense that I will be. But meanwhile, an alternate timeline. So
So if we want to fast forward, or if
we just
if you
need
had
to
something
shoot
else to say.
airships really, really carefully.
Yeah, don't hit
I
the
would
engine or
assume
the
his
core.
next question would be, how did we manage to bring this one down?
I don't remember now. I lost knowledge.
Well, no,
Uh,
you didn't acknowledge me bringing it down. It was down whenever you made it to the clearing. You entered the clearing as Guido went splat.
Oh,
Right.
Right.
Everyone was unconscious when we got on board, and
Yeah,
we
well, I
don't know
thought-
why.
Massive flu outbreak. I don't know. I mean, were they piloting it wrong? It's not. I mean, those engines, they do weird stuff.
Radiation
They get
leak.
off radiation, and then like that guy that died when we went to that one psionic facility. I mean, does that happen? I mean, are we like dead right now and we don't know it?
No.
No.
I don't think.
Well, that's good, I guess.
So yeah, if you're firing weapons at another airship, be very careful what you're aiming at.
Hey guys, I think I found the captain's quarters.
Anything in there?
I mean, not really. I found it. Looks like a logbook, maybe? I haven't had a chance to really read through it.
Maybe to actually give some details on what they were hoping to do here.
Yeah, let's Guido rolls a 1.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's about when that happened, was when I called in, was when you rolled your next one and we all went kaplunk.
I approve.
Oh, excuse me. Hiccups.
And you're muted, Arsh.
Yes, I know I'm eating.
Oh, it looked like you were trying to say something.
No, I was nodding along with you. So then we fast forward to the future when everyone gets back with their new crew, consisting of Moorsman and Sclavi, ex-military show, as I mentioned earlier, heading north to Fox Ridge. It's going to be about... I actually figured this out last time, because your ship is a little bit faster than the Maiden's Deceit, but I don't remember, so I'm going to just re-figure it out real quick. You're right there. That's a long frickin' trip. If you're just, even if you're just going straight there, which is dangerous, by the way, because you're going literally right over a war zone. So that's gonna be...
I'm assuming that we would have given liberty to the helmsman. We said we want to go here, get us there, and he would have avoided
It's kind of up to
dangerous
you.
areas.
See, here's the thing. Okay, I know you're not looking at the map like I am right now, but you guys are at least aware of this. These guys may not be aware of this. There's like a band across all of Nevere right now that is a war zone. Like, I guess that's like 300 miles wide right now. They're in the Alluvian occupation zone, and where the front lines and the trenches are. So the only way to go around that is to go really far out of your way. You can.
I mean,
You are effectively in a show ship, regardless of what colors you're flying. People would look at you and think you're show. But if you'd go straight,
so let's fly casual.
it's like... It's going to be about a 2.5-day trip at normal cruising speed to get up there. That's not pushing it. And...
Well,
If-
you know, I've
if you-
already told you I'm leaving after the new day starts.
Yeah, if you go around, you have two options to go around. Go over the inner sea, which involves going pretty much right by Iraq, the actual city, or going over into the show territory and using that to get up there, which also involves going through Alluvian territory. Pick your poison.
Or we can go straight.
Or you can go straight over.
That decision's going to be made by Lord Captain Guido.
Ah, excellent. Lord Captain Guido. Your GM is coughing to death. What would you like to do?
Because I won't be there. By the way, Guido, I left the remainder of the gold for their payment with you. It's already been deducted out of my bank, so you don't have to add it to yours and then subtract it.
Okay.
I took it all out whenever they told me how much it was going to cost. I just role-played that it was going to be half and half. And I will leave it up to you if you should decide. We've hired them for a month, and I told them, pending getting to this trip, we may want to request their services for additional time.
And that kind of contract job being extended is very common amongst crew.
Yeah. So I will leave it up to you to do your, profession helmsman roles to see if they're competent enough, and you want to. From this point on, this ship is now effectively under your control.
Okay.
You got this, Guido.
And I would have told the helmsman and stuff, this will be your captain.
No, because they have a captain.
They do.
Well,
I'm assuming.
Yeah, but
They
you're
do.
the one in charge.
It's the Sclavi woman, whose name I don't remember.
I thought it was a Sclavi male.
Well, it was definitely female. I remember that. It's the
Whatever.
only thing I remember, though. Sclavi woman A7.
I would have told her that this is the man that is in charge in my absence.
So, Guido, make your decision.
So it's a 2.5-day journey if we go straight.
Yes.
And how long would it be average? Okay. I say we go straight across. I will still accept his, opinion and advice. Political officer.
I'm assuming that we probably would have discussed this before I left. Z would have advised that the straight route is probably going to be the best route. We don't have an active knowledge of where the current front lines are. So she would suggest that we head straight there with scanners on, basically trying to scout and avoid conflict areas. Active conflict areas. Not necessarily occupied areas, but active conflict areas. And definitely avoid other airships. No, you're not.
Put it in the recording. It's worth noting with active scanning on, you will be a beacon to anybody who happens to be paying attention to that.
Well, not active scanning all the time.
Okay. I'm just saying, it's not an infeasible strategy. It's just I want to make sure you remember the risk that comes with that. A show ship moving through the Alluvian Navarre front lines with active scanning on is going to raise some eyebrows.
Well, is there perhaps, if we do go straight across it, and they do decide to confront us about it, I mean, are they going to take our story at face value, or are we going to have to come up with some concoction?
Well, we've already given them. We can't change our lie in front of our crew that we've already lied to.
That is true. You have lied to them.
All right, then. Well, full speed ahead then.
Web of lie. See, this is why deception stat is great until you just start using it all the time. You get stuck in it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm very good at keeping my lies together.
I'm just picturing that situation where you lied so well it backfired on you.
Oh, when I had a 50-something roll in deception, and they're like, "Oh, boss!" And I'm like, "No, I just
Tell
want
us what to do.
Go do that."
You got it, boss. Whatever you say, boss. This is big. Okay. So, full speed ahead, 2.5-day journey. You will be encountering stuff on the way, but we'll get to that.
So, question on the scanners. Scanners go out to what distance?
On this thing, they go out about 70 miles.
Okay.
Which is about standard for most military craft.
Okay. So if we were to do a max range scan, theoretically, other ships that are in the area would be about our same speed.
Or possibly slower, because they might be,
But they wouldn't necessarily be faster.
Yeah, it's unlikely they'd be faster, yes.
Okay.
Unless you literally, like, happen to stumble into one, and that's just bad luck at that point.
Right. So, here's my thought.
Okay. Oh.
I'm not actually going to do math.
Right out of room.
But...
You want the rest of my soup, too?
Sure.
In the words of my friend who I used to play Warhammer 40k with, Math Hammer.
Okay.
Okay, so if Airship 1 is traveling X speed and Airship 2 is traveling X
So what's
speed,
the decision? Oh.
how often would you need to scan before
Oh. You are building Dareth.
At what interval would scanning be appropriate before getting into range and not being able to get out of range, if that makes sense?
It does.
Scanning officer, do that.
It's funny because I'm actually thinking about the math in my head. It'd be about once every 3 hours if you do a ping every 3 hours or so.
Okay.
This is, of course, assuming you want to avoid.
Right.
If you're actively searching, that's totally different. But you're
No. Avoid.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'd say about
the
once
point
every
is to
3
avoid.
hours.
So,
So ping,
Are you building Holtberg?
sort of. Where should I put the train? Okay, so let us.
sorry. I just heard Zan ask, "Are you building Holtberg?" And my brain goes to, what, in City Skylines or something?
I am playing City Skylines, yeah.
So you're building Holtberg in Sky... Wow.
Oh, I can't build Holtberg in City Skylines. City Skylines is not big enough. Holtberg is huge. All of this would be like the one district of Holtberg.
You can't expand it?
This is as far as you notice. This is my current borders. I can go out to here, like this. This is my eventual borders once I build up to that point. Still not big enough. Not even by a minuscule fraction. Holtberg is gargantuan. It's the size of a state.
What's that thing?
A symphony hall. I don't feel like building a train station yet. Let's go ahead and say that, given where the front lines are, and I was thinking about this today while I was out with Jaina, let's go ahead and say that as you're advancing, where's my sister? Suddenly it's midnight and your teleport powers come back.
Yay! Bong.
And then she goes away.
And-
We'll get to that in a minute.
I'm assuming Z has told us that she's leaving.
That's a good question. See?
Has Snarg told us about his deal with the Daracost yet?
Oh, yeah. We didn't do that yet. Okay, rewind. So,
Oh.
Snarg.
Oh, by the way, while I was
Are you
guarding the
going-
ship, I kind of had a visit from the Daracost.
You what?
Yeah, he had the nice lady, I think it was. I don't know, the nose was kind of falling off.
Chance, do
From-
you recall what her name was?
Let's hope I wrote it down. I know it's from the house of Asmora, correct?
Asmora. Vasmora.
Vasmora.
You mean Vasmora?
Yes. The house Vasmora.
Was it a lycanthrope?
No. The nose was falling off and it was all cracked.
Was it Lady Vasmora?
I don't know. I've never seen her before.
She did seem to have quite a bit of a regal bearing, but might not have been Vesmora herself, but it definitely was someone working closely with her.
The House of Vasmora, you do know that, you do remember that they are followers of Garland.
Garland's dead.
Does she know that you killed him?
It didn't come up.
And you decided that it would be a good idea to make a deal with the house of which you just killed their master?
Well, no one was around to see it. I mean, are you going to tell them?
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Look, they promised they'd give a little bit of backing as long as we just help them sort some
what?
of the political things out.
How?
Get some of the leaders to force some of the leaders to sit down and talk this war out so they can just stop it.
And you trust this woman?
One of the first people in a long time that's actually come up and given some straight talk.
About as far as I can throw her.
I mean, we haven't like signed anything. This is a verbal
That's not
agreement.
how this world works. And you just made a deal with the equivalent of the devil. But I suppose that's your deal.
And they haven't done anything to me yet, so.
Oh, and so that makes it okay.
Yep.
Did they say who they wanted to get together? To actually sit down and talk?
Not specifically, no.
The implication was there that it wouldn't just be the figureheads, but the actual leading bodies of the various nations, which is quite a few people. What the hell?
That'll be interesting.
I hope you enjoy your righteous endeavors. Pardon me. I've got some things I need to take care of. I'll be in my quarters.
All right.
Meanwhile, you guys encounter an airship 3 hours later. No. What actually happens here? Okay, let me...
Pilot.
Do you want to pilot? Because, I mean, you've got a pilot now, but if you want to, I am okay with that. I'm totally cool.
I'll be there as backup in case his
If his console explodes, you got this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we live in Star Trek here, apparently. Okay, so it's about 3 in the morning. You guys are probably asleep, I'm guessing.
Well, I'm not.
Well, yeah, but
Probably.
you're not here, so go away. There you go, she's away. Anyway, so I'm guessing you're asleep. You don't have to be. But, I mean, it's 3 in the morning now. So we're talking...
And, you've actively been up for like 5 days now. And you're really tired.
Yeah, I was going to ask, if I remember correctly, in the last session, it was mentioned that I was tired.
Again, for the first time in a while.
Right, so I see no reason for me to stay up.
Okay. Snarg, are you going to take a snooze? I mean, you do have endurance. I feel like exercising.
Yeah, what I mean.
He's been up for like 2 days, though, hasn't
Still doesn't
he?
mean it doesn't suck to stay up.
And yeah,
No
he's
problem.
also been up for a damned long time. Fighting a war. Well, a battle.
It's like 3 people against an entire army. I think that constitutes a war.
He was fighting, he was fighting Commando, the movie. With him as
Oh, I
Arnold
thought you meant
Schwarzenegger.
without... Never mind.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I missed all the fun.
You did. You could have been out there just
We haven't
standing
even
there like,
talked
ha
to you
ha
about
ha,
it yet.
cannot hit me.
We haven't even talked to you
Guido,
about it yet, Guido.
we need to rename you
No,
Achilles.
Guido would have been standing there going, "What are you guys so worked up about?"
Yeah, well, the other two are like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Guido's just like, what?
Huh?
And then one person crits him. And he's like, ow. Damn it, man. That scuffed up the paint on my armor. You bastard.
These mosquitoes are really annoying.
Let me relieve you of that ribcage.
Ah! You and your ribcage fascination. People called me evil for my whole drilling into people plan, but you're just, man.
You drilled people's insides out.
Look, it was in self-defense, so that makes it okay.
Technically, Guido's was in self-defense too.
Oh, pfft. No, that's not how that works. GM overroll.
No, because back then he didn't have as much AC.
Ugh, whatever. I still disagree. Because I can do that, because I'm the GM.
Basically, I should not have been out there in the first place, so
Probably
I brought
not.
it on myself.
Okay. So here's what happens. You guys are asleep. Just crashed, zonked. In fact, I'm actually going to require 2 rolls for you to get up. First is awareness. I'm going to laugh so hard if you both fail this. I'd love to have a Firefly scene here. I really would.
22.
Damn.
28.
Damn! That's like my
That's
favorite scene in all of
magical
Firefly. I don't even like Firefly, but I love that scene where Thane's like, or Thade, or whatever his name is. He's like, he hears trouble, and he's like, oh, whatever. Rips down the thing, and there's all those guns there, and he just pulls the blanket over himself and goes back to bed. Love that scene. So you both hear the klaxon go off. It's actually not that loud. It's a standard military klaxon, which is actually pretty normal. Now you get to roll fortitude saves to get up because you're both exhausted. Now, Snarg, of course, endurance does help with this.
Oh, okay. I'll apply that.
Get up.
I think I got this.
Guido's facial expression.
I got this.
If you rolled a 1 on the fortitude, I'm gonna laugh. You're like, what's going?
No.
Marshmallow. I don't know what Guido the character dreams about at this point in time. Probably like strangling people with their own innards or something.
No, I would probably be dreaming about riding through an expanse of the plane of pebbles.
Yeah.
On your demon.
And the whole time you're like, man, this is really boring.
It would probably, well, it's a nightmare at that point. No, I got a 33.
Oh my god. Okay, Snarg, what'd you get?
With endurance, I got a 29.
Nice. Okay, that is actually enough. I was actually hoping for a 28. So you're actually in the same room as each other because this is a military destroyer. Not as large, not as well kept or anything like that, like your ship, which is effectively a frigate. So you are literally sleeping in the same barracks room on those bunk.
Oh, I've got it.
About.
So here's what happens.
Uh-oh.
So Guido's on the top bunk for some reason.
Why is Guido called dibs for the top bunk?
Guido called dibs, and so the thing goes off, and Guido startles awake and rolls over, and he doesn't have his armor on, and he splats on top of Snarg, and that's what wakes them both up.
There you go. Now Snarg does have his armor on because he has endurance. Oh wait, does Guido also have endurance? Or whatever that feat is? I should do that.
I don't think I do, but I was thinking instead of falling onto Snarg,
Okay.
I just fall out of the bunk. And so my landing on the ground next to him is actually what wakes him up.
There you go. So Snarg, you're just like, plong.
Jump 3 feet in the air.
Yeah.
You
And
just smack
hit your head.
face on the bunk above
Yeah.
you.
Plonk. Oh, damn it. Okay.
Yeah, I do not have endurance, so.
Yeah, whatever. So, you both wake up. There is a klaxon which is going on right now. Neither of you recognize it. There's no rolls for this. You have no experience. So there's some kind of noise.
Is that supposed to be bad?
Do we see any flashing
Goes
lights?
over and presses the comm. It's not the comm.
No flashing lights. Yeah, that's not the comm. That's actually the coffee dispenser. So a little cup pops out.
Oh, fancy military ship.
Well, if you don't want that, I'll take it.
Let's go check out and find out what's making that noise. Because I want to go back to sleep.
I'll take my sword, but I see no reason to grab my armor.
Okay. Excuse me. So you grab your sword. Snarg, you grabbing anything other than the fact that you're standing around in your armor all the time?
For some reason. Oh, sure. I'll sheath everything real quick.
Okay.
Maybe not everything. We'll just take the great sword because that thing's expensive.
Okay.
Because that thing's...
It is pretty nice greatsword. Okay, so you I'm trying to think how best to phrase this. Okay, so I assume you make your way to the bridge because I don't know where else you'd go right now.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
And tromping your way up there, and you find the bridge is actually like locked off at the moment. Now there is a thing you are pretty sure is actually a con in front of it, and not a coffee dispenser.
You mean a com with an
No,
M?
I definitely mean a con. It's Ricardo Montalban with his chest exposed, standing right there.
And he says, I will
touch it.
relay your messages.
You know more about how those things work.
Yes, I
You
do.
touch it. You know.
Guido.
I know more I know more about how Ricardo Montalban's work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Not sure how I should take that.
like pretty sure you have to trace a pattern. Right there.
Yeah, you have to like it's like those weird unlock things where you have to do the it's like okay.
If he giggles, you got to start over again.
So anyways,
My
there's
brain
the
is
com.
trying to picture this, and I'm forcing it.
I'm
not
just
to.
picturing him doing this, like Ricardo Montalban with his
No,
wax
you
chest.
really don't, hon.
Okay, so anyways, as I was saying, the com is there.
You said con first. I swear you did.
I probably did. I don't remember.
Anyway, same phrase though. You probably know how one of these things works.
Hope so. Shoot.
I'll push the button.
You hear instantly, and I'm not going to try to emulate this, just sounds of battle. Lots of battle. People just madly rushing around, orders being barked left and right.
That doesn't bode well.
Can you open the door?
Who said that?
Because you're still pushing the button.
Hey, what's going on in there?
Oh, God, hang on, sirs. Hang on. You should probably go back to your cabins. Just let it for us. Leave it for us. We'll take care of this. Oh, God. The ship rocks a little bit.
Hang on. That doesn't sound like they're having a good time.
I'm thinking we may want to at least
Grab
observe.
Guido's finger, pull it off the button.
Yeah.
Push Guido's finger back against the button.
And the button is actually in the shape of Ricardo Montalban's chest. His Latin abs shimmering in the nightlight.
Z, while she was out looking for a crew, went through the flea market and found it and was like, oh, this is going to be great.
She just...
Isn't it just adorable?
It's also got like really awkwardly fake gold on it. You know, really tacky looking.
All right, so I'll push
I
the
just
button.
imagine the scanner saying, "There she is, there."
Go ahead and let us in. We'll stay out of the way, but
Before you even finish your sentence, there's a chunk and the thing unlocks. And as you slide the door open, you see the helmsman, who was the only person available at the time, literally running back to his station, having just let you in. The captain, the Sclavy woman,
And he
is
hollers over his shoulder as he goes, lock the door behind you!
Well, no, the door automatically locks under red alert.
Ah.
So, although you don't know that, I guess, but whatever. So the woman, the Sclavy woman, is kind of like this on her chair. I know you can't see it, but I mean, she's not even sitting. She's just barking orders left and right, trying to stay ahead of things, and she is super freaked out at the moment. And you can tell that she is genuinely afraid. Would you like to intervene or observe?
I say we observe. Let's not interrupt yet.
Yet.
You aren't going to get a status report?
Status report. Checking all systems, Captain.
Yeah,
I mean, unless something is immediately obvious, what's going on?
Well, if you want to roll... knowledge...
Politics!
Politics.
Oh, no.
At a -20.
At -20?
Yes.
So what is your
Well,
knowledge?
that could still be a positive number.
Yay!
All right, I got a total of -5.
Excellent. So with a -5, you understand that there is someone has detected you.
Going on.
Someone or something has detected you, and the crew is doing everything in their power to get away as quickly as they can, and from their hectic tone, they're failing.
Do we know who has?
Who's chasing us?
So I was going to see if I could find someone that was less busy.
There's no one. The bridge is completely doing it. Just doing its. It's a mob scene right now.
Okay.
For anybody
Well,
who's seen an active bridge in a combat situation, that's what's going on here.
That's
But
not
not
Star
everyone-
Trek combat.
Yeah,
Where everyone is
yeah.
sitting there calm, cool, and collected.
And you get hit 20 times, and then you decide, all right, let's fire back.
Shields up, please.
Shields up, fine. And then you
Someone
get hit
invades the
20
bridge
more
and nobody
times.
does anything.
Yeah, it's no, not like that. I'm talking like,
No. You get hit 3 more times and your shields are gone, which is why you never bothered to put them up.
yeah. So it's like, I guess. Raise
So-
shields.
before we're done tonight, remind me, I need to send you a link to a video. We did an Artemis game this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
We had 24 active stations,
Wow.
4 ships at the same time.
Nice. That
Yeah,
sounds
it-
awesome.
Yeah.
They're still developing that?
Yeah.
Bless you.
Oh my god, I could hear myself on your mic.
I heard that all the way on the other mic.
I was going to say, that was pretty loud, my dear. So,
So what I was saying was not everyone is 120% busy 100% of the time.
we'll go ahead and say the gunnery officer isn't super busy at the moment.
Okay. So looking over at the gunnery officer, who's pursuing?
Luvia, sir.
Oh, joy.
Frigate. And that's pretty much all he says. It's very clipped, Luvia. Frigate. Now, right off the top of your head, that probably makes you kind of tilt your head a bit because you're pretty sure this ship's faster than a frigate. Now, it's possible they're just freaking out because this is not a crew that you hired for combat. Now, but the same token, this is also ex-military, if you'll recall. Ex-show military, but still ex-military.
Okay. So
God dang it.
if Snarg is not aware of the implications, I will pass that on and say we should probably get a status update from the captain.
Oh, okay.
Snarg, we're screwed. FYI.
So- Captain, status update.
Give me a minute, monsieur.
He says, give me a minute.
She.
And he is French.
She.
She.
Well,
it's French, you never can tell.
I can't do French at all. I'm not even going to try. Je te le...
Oui, oui. That's all I got.
She barks out a few more orders about firing off some shots, and that's when the ship shakes again. And for the first time, it occurs to you that you're actually in firing range of the frigate.
Weren't we supposed to be running away from this kind of stuff?
We are running away from it, says the helmsman.
Wait, Guido. Remember what you told me a couple days ago? Do you think they know?
Captain, you may want to not fire on their engines.
She looks back at you as though you're insane. And
Fire at their weapons, not their engines.
And she continues to look at you weirdly for a moment, and then she makes you roll diplomacy, because that's something her military instincts go against. So you're going to have to convince her of this.
Okay.
Snarg, would you like to assist? Do you have diplomacy?
I do. I have 5 ranks in diplomacy.
By the way, Snarg, real quick, if you pick up Pillars of Eternity, play a chanter. It's a bard, but it's fun.
Oh,
Don't ask me why I was just reminded of that just now, but I meant to tell you that like last week when I was playing it.
Okay. There's so many games that I still have not played and still need to pick up.
Hell, I uninstalled it because I don't have time to play a game just for fun right now. I know, woe is me, right?
I haven't not even seen the trailer for this. Okay. Right.
17.
I kind of mumble out some stuff that doesn't really help. Like, well, maybe we could just, try. I mean, I shot at an airship before. I kind of don't remember how, but
Would you like to blow the new AP you just got back for this day? We'll call this non-combat.
oh, did we
Sure.
refresh everything, or
Yeah,
did we get woken up too early?
You're that was about an 8-hour rest actually, so that is a
6.
long rest
Okay.
or 6-hour rest, excuse me. No, that's an 8-hour rest. I'm right. Oh, you got a 6 on the dice. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Never mind. You've had an 8-hour rest, so that's a full rest, and the day has reset. So dailies and everything else is reset.
Is my health back to normal?
Your health is the worst it's ever been ever.
I had 3 health earlier today, or yesterday.
Did anybody heal you?
I don't know. We talked about me being at 3 health, and now I'm at 96 health with 31 mana.
Well, let's go ahead and say that I just got a text message, and it's going to tell
I know
me...
my mana reset.
Let's see. According to this text message, you did in fact heal back 8 health.
8. 104.
So,
I don't know why I wouldn't have healed her if I had mana.
because you hate her, because you're secretly
You didn't
evil.
have... Well... No, I guess you did have mana, because you didn't use any.
Yeah,
'Cause you weren't
exactly.
fighting.
He was mana flush. He literally had full tank. So you're actually at full health. Says I really doubt
Okay.
that he wouldn't. He'd see you and be like, "Oh, here, hang on." Now Snarg was tapped because he'd been gassing all day, but that is of course back now. Anyways, which is good. But anyways, so you literally barely convince this woman, and she looks at you and she's like, she looks at the way you're saying it, and you phrase it. You decide to phrase it in a way that it makes it sound like you know something about what you're talking about, which you admittedly don't. I mean, you do, but you don't.
I basically
It's
looked
diplomacy in a
horrified.
nutshell.
I'm going to phrase something like I know what I'm talking about, but I really don't. But I kind of do, but
Yes.
I don't.
That's what Guido just did. He pulled off the no, trust me, I know what I'm talking about, kind of, maybe, sort of. So she turns back and gives countermanding orders to start targeting the frigate's weapons. Now, either of you could roll knowledge military tactics.
Which
If you
isn't
choose-
actually a...
Oh,
It-
you mean
it's-
knowledge elements?
It's actually, I believe I decided this is going to be profession commander. But anyways, the point being, you can roll int.
Does perfection Neelix help?
Knowledge engineering?
Profession Neelix does give you a negative to every roll, so if you want to
Alright.
apply that, it's optional. You don't have to apply it. But if you choose to, you may.
So
Like,
not
I don't.
knowledge
You know,
engineering.
And knowledge
been on-
engineering will not help you with what I'm
I've
thinking.
been on an airship before. Maybe.
You have been on an airship before.
I mean, the 15. Maybe I can say pull the trigger when they're in the sights.
Guido.
I got a 12.
Okay, so not only do neither of you feel like you could contribute anything to this fight, although you didn't roll low enough to think you can contribute to this fight.
That would have been funny.
That would have been hilarious. Captain, stand aside. I will handle this.
I got this.
Target their everything. Fire at will. No firing pattern. No maneuvering.
I was thinking of doing analysis, but the problem is if they can't think of something that certainly doesn't help me.
Well, the reason I actually had you do that was I was going to give you information. You did not go well enough to do information, so you have no idea how this battle is going or anything. If you chose to listen in for a few more seconds, you'll get some details. It is actually 2 Illuvian frigates, which are bearing down on you as we speak.
Is it generally their policy to just start firing at anything?
In a war zone? Yeah. Anything that's not them. That's actually
okay.
pretty normal.
I want to go over to the scanning station.
Okay.
I want like a readout or whatever of the scan that they took of these ships.
All right. Okay. They haven't done any active scans since the one that actually noticed these ships. So they just have that readout. These do look like Illuvian frigates. They look pretty standard from what you're looking at them, and you glance over. And of course, you don't know that much about the Illuvian construction of frigates. However, they do look what's a good word? Familiar.
Okay. How?
Well, you did encounter 4 Illuvian frigates that were berthed at a military base that you infiltrated not too long ago.
Okay.
And you're pretty sure these 2 are 2 of those 4.
I'm going to tell the scanning officer to do an active scan of both ships because we need more data on these.
Debating. The scanning officer is going to look at the captain first of all for confirmation on that, and roll knowledge engineering real quick.
$40.
Okay, active scans actually take a lot of power. So while you're doing that active scan, and you can do it, and it will be a burst of about 30 seconds of, and then you will get tons of data. You will basically lose most of your maneuvering ability while doing that, and you will lose all of your combat ability as far as guns and whatnot.
Okay, yeah, bad idea.
And that is a well-known fact to people like you. That's actually a very unwell-known fact. That's why I decided to make you roll for it, but you rolled well enough.
Okay. Yeah, consider I didn't actually even think to give that order because I would have known better.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. You were just like, no, yeah. Ooh.
I'm curious, what type of terrain are we currently in?
Well, it's about 3, so that means you would be... You're right over here. Hang on, let me zoom in a bit more. My giant map. Ah, right, you're right about here. You are actually over the desert, which I mentioned because the desert actually doesn't stretch across all of Navarre. It just, I swear you guys only go to the desert. But you are, in fact, over the desert right now.
Okay. Alright. I know what we're going to do. We're going to make a nebula. No, but seriously, since we're over the desert, Snog will start to create a sandstorm between us and the other ships.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Would you like to read
And
that
I have-
ability for the audience at
Well,
home?
the sandstorm is a damage ability. But I'm wondering if I can... Well, actually, I'm sorry. Grit would actually be the best thing, because so-and-so, or else all enemies are blinded in an area. But basically, and I'll use as many Gaia abilities, maximize whatever as I need to create a large barrier between us and them, something we can hide in, something we can use to slow them down, whatever.
Okay. Well, read it, because, I like my flavor.
Okay. So the harsh rocks and sand abruptly rise up to meet the less than eager faces of the enemy.
And then whoosh. I'm going to make you do a weird thing. I'm going to make you roll knowledge elements.
Okay. That is a 39.
Nice. Okay, with the 39, your knowledge of the elements is sufficient to figure out exactly how to basically empower this more than it otherwise would be. Because normally this is not going to affect something that's 400 meters long.
Right.
And the grit just starts coming up, and it just keeps coming up and keeps coming up until it rises all the way up to your height, and of course you're a decent ways in the air, and just starts hovering there and smashing into the enemy ships, and it's getting yours a bit too, because I mean it's a giant maelstrom of sand.
Right.
You hear the scanning officer say, "Captain, sandstorm!
It's like,
Hard to
it's
port!"
all right, I got it. Just head that way.
And the
Can I defib the ship? I'm just imagining lightning hitting the ship, and then all the corridors just, arc lightning all through. I'm not actually serious. Continue, I'm sorry.
let's see, what of Guido's ability should I take away? Okay, so this massive sandstorm shows up, and the captain, is getting bewildered at this point. He's like, "Whatever, go!" She's like, "Go!" Ship banks down and tries to lose altitude to try and lose the two frigates, and it's actually really funny that you did that, because I'd already decided on the frigate's next action, which they're going to do, at a penalty, now that there's this big thing here. So let's see what the roll is. This is a 20, I'm gonna laugh. It's not a 20. So you hear someone on the crew say, "What the hell was that?" And you look over, it's the scanning officer, and he's looking bewildered. And if you look out the windows, you see an awareness check.
There's a box
What?
here that says jump and hit your head against me and I will check for things.
Yes. It's in the shape of a D20.
Just imagine like a little more things.
Roll a D20.
That's okay. 36.
36.
Unless it's a magical beast.
It's totally a magical beast, just for you, man.
Alright.
Guido, would you like to do the rolling thing?
Oh. I thought it was just for him.
No, you can do it too. I don't know. I'm equal opportunity.
16.
16. Okay, so Guido actually does not see anything.
Not surprised.
Guido looks out. He doesn't even see the awareness check. He's, in fact, Guido looks out and is like, "Wait a minute, this isn't my room." Snarg, you see what looks like a really large, I mean, we're talking like car-sized grappling hook, go flying by and just kind of trail off like it was trying to hit you.
Is it off the left or the right?
To the right, to starboard.
Okay. Alright. He goes, "Grappling hook off starboard!"
And the captain says, "Grappling hook?"
This is big! Just flew on by. Think they're trying to hook us.
Evasive maneuvers! Pattern Omega Delta! Foxtrot Charlie! Alpha Beta!
All of them combined, that's even better.
Yes. It actually
actually
involves
just-
going forward in a straight line.
That just goes straight.
Yes. So yeah, the ship just takes into a nosedive trying to get away, and there's a scraping sound. Because I don't know why I'm re-rolling that. I already did the second roll, because the second one does not hit you, but it gets much closer. And we'll give this one to Guido, because poor Guido. You were so lost, you're like, "What's he talking about?" And you look out the other way, and you see this grappling hook just go scraping on the side of the ship and going off into the distance.
Can I see what the cabling is on the grappling hook?
Roll awareness and then knowledge engineering, assuming you succeed the awareness.
So you want awareness first, so that's a 24.
Okay, that's good enough. So you get a good eye on it.
Natural 20.
Nice.
So that's a 44.
That is made of solid Purial.
Captain, that's a Purial cable on that
By
grappling
the
hook.
way, I'm just going to give this to you, Guido. In fact, I'm even going to give this to you, Snarg. You have never in your life heard of an airship using a grappling hook. I mean, cargo trawlers, sure, but like military ships, actually having a grappling hook, that's literally unheard of. Never happened before.
Well, I guess with two of them, they think they can work it out. Are we gaining any distance from him? I mean, they got to use some kind of.
We could risk an
Stuff
active
to do.
scan, but then they'd see us, sir.
I mean, that's not going to
No.
change how far away we are from
No.
them.
Okay.
Run.
Wait. Oh, shoot.
I'm seriously at this point. I am seriously thinking if I can, which I probably can't, but if I can, if the grappling hook actually connects, can I do a defib on the grappling hook to have it travel into the
To
ship?
resurrect it, no, you can't.
No, not to resurrect it.
I know, no. The answer's no.
Got to get on board the ship.
That you could do, if you actually got on the enemy frigate.
Okay.
We could launch you out of one of the cannons.
Ooh, there we go.
Actually, they're
Like
not
Bond.
physical cannons, if you remember. They're magicite cannons.
We
Yes, I
could
think
throw
so.
you out the back.
Okay.
You could do that. You do have a hatch. You also have
Anyway, okay.
an athletic skill. To
All
just
right.
try to jump it.
Oh, I got an idea. Does the interior of the cockpit count as desert terrain, or is it something different?
I sure hope it counts as desert, otherwise what you just did didn't work.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay.
But yes,
So-
you're in desert, effectively, right now.
Nard collects some of the sands and brings them inside the cockpit,
The hell are you doing?
and they
Says some
start
other-
swirling all around the cockpit, filling various people with vigor and haste. Yes. And I'll go ahead and maximize this.
Oh, God.
Um,
Okay.
But this is essentially going to be giving
Grab that.
haste to some of the crew members.
Okay.
And going by Star Trek logic, that makes them perform their jobs even better.
That's...
Yeah.
Well, I will give them a bonus to their next few rolls here.
And that's
how long does that last?
It is going to last for 10 rounds, so a minute.
Okay. So that's that roll, and then there's this counter roll, and then this counter roll. Wow, those frigates are rolling crap. Two more. Well, the same grappling hook goes flying by again, and they certainly seem really determined to come get you. Those frigates are still hot. They've just come out of the cloud of sand that you set up, and they are boring down on you. Like, you look behind and you just see these two massive ships just...
Do we have windows?
Yes, you do. That's how you're seeing all
Like-
this.
Actual, like, I can reach out of the windows, not glass windows.
You have a rear hatch. How's that work?
That may work. But that's probably, like, it's way too far away.
What are you trying to do? Help me out here.
Well, the idea I had, that for some reason I'm bouncing around in my mind, is to deflect the grappling hooks as they shoot them. By hitting them. From range.
From range. From range. I mentioned the car size part, right?
Yeah,
I did mention that. Okay, I want to make sure.
but I mean, you know,
Um,
every little bit.
um,
But I have no idea how long it would take to get to the back hatch.
it's
I
several
wasn't-
rounds.
Yeah.
That's an interesting enough idea that I'll let you attempt it. Let's put it that way.
I don't know. That just kind of sounds like a bad idea, because one stray shot and it's over. Although they are finally the grappling hooks, and not. Have we been getting pounded by the cannons in the meantime, or have
They
they
have
stopped?
not shot you at all. They've never shot you,
Oh.
actually.
Oh, okay. I thought we were getting shot. Okay. Stark will say, "Hang on. I'm gonna try something."
Something
Goes over
really,
and goes,
really stupid.
"How do you open this door?"
XX5001AB.
He takes off towards the back.
Wait, where's he going? Who cares? Screw him. He's probably just trying to bail. Coward!
He's got a plan.
Yes.
So,
Coward!
All right, so I'm running for the next few rounds, I guess.
Okay, so Guido, are you doing anything while 2 more shots are going to be coming at you? Come on, one of them land.
There's not really much I can do at this point. I'm just observing, staying out of the way, but
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I shouldn't say it like that. However you want to say it, they have not managed to get a grapple on you, somehow. By some miracle. Despite the various things that are in their favor of getting a grapple on you.
we have a really good helmsman.
Apparently,
That's
she's
not
just,
me.
yeah, yes! That's the key to victory, right there. So, okay, so a couple more shots go off and miss. And, after a moment, the captain starts to get a worried look on her face, and she realizes that, and you hear her start giving orders that are, like, contradictory to what you just said. Instead of going like this and trying to dodge, they're trying to immediately go in the opposite direction. And if you look up, Guido, since you're still on the bridge, you notice that only the one frigate is now behind you. You're not sure where the other one is.
Three-dimensional thinking.
I'm assuming I can tell that it is the missing ship that she's concerned about.
Oh, yeah. And she's very hesitant to toss off another scan, you can tell, just by her demeanor. And hell, you yourself were thinking that earlier, so it's not really surprising.
I'm going to get closer to the captain. Not like whisper quiet, but obviously conversationally, but loud enough that other people can hear. I agree. Don't do another scan.
Okay. So you decide not to do another scan, which is probably a good idea, in all honesty. And, then we do a dice roll. Now, Snarg, oh god. I need everyone to do, who's not Z, to do a,
I was gonna say everyone.
Zerial, you are like half a continent away, and you have to do this.
Wow, that's a hell of
I guess we'll go with acrobatics.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm gone for like 3 hours and you guys get into an airship battle with grappling hooks.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. We got this. Maybe.
I got a 16.
If you lose the airship that I so rightfully stole, I will be very peeved with you.
You said acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
16.
16 is good, actually. 16. So, Guido, you will successfully not flounder about and die horribly. Snarg, you are not quite as successful in that endeavor.
Oh.
The ship is hit so hard that most of the crew actually hit the ceiling.
Ouch.
And, like I said, Snarg, you as well. You literally go flying up, slam into the ceiling, full tilt. Your sword goes flying. You lose hand on it.
Ew.
And you're literally stuck there for a full second before gravity seems to reverse itself. Guido, you manage to grab a console when this happens, just pure reflex. And you manage to keep your footing. Most of the crew do not manage to stay in their stations.
What hit us?
And after a few seconds, and the ship is like going down now. You notice it now. It's very clearly and rapidly going down. The helmsman, or not the helmsman, the scanning officer gets back to his thing, and he goes ahead and does out a passive scanning, and he just gets this huge look of just horrible terror, and he can't even say it. Guido, you happen to be close enough to see what he's looking on. The other frigate is on you, pushing you down.
Holy wow.
Okay, here's what I'm picturing. If it can be done, I'm going to suggest to the pilot to do it. If it can't, then we'll think of something else. But us and the other frigate, so it's pushing us down.
Yeah.
Full reverse.
Oh, jeez.
And then lift up. So basically do that.
I get where you're going with that. I think that is feasible, yes. Tricky, but feasible. Nobody ever said it'd be easy being an airship captain. Or whatever, I don't know. Something dramatic. So, okay, you suggest this. The captain looks at you like you're freaking crazy. He's like, what? You want a what?
Do you think it'll work?
It might.
You got any better ideas?
We have about 3 seconds to decide, so do it! Do it, helmsman! The helmsman tries to do it, and we do a couple of rolls. And this, my friends, is going to decide lots of things.
Please roll well. Please roll well.
It's actually multiple rolls, so give me a moment. Ooh. Okay. So here's the series of events. I need some models for this. So here's the frigate, right? Where's my? It's not in range. What's something smaller I could use? Oh, I will use this iPhone that's right here. Even though this isn't even that accurate, but whatever. So okay, this is you. There's them. Now, the frigate is shoving you down hard, and you go to reverse, and you successfully start reversing out, and then you have to do a couple more rolls to really keep this going, and you fail, and the ship starts trying to push. Your ship starts trying to push in the wrong direction, and doesn't actually successfully avoid, and actually ends up literally getting caught on the external stratus of this ship, which also sends the frigate spiraling completely out of control. So now we've got like this situation going on. Okay. And then he manages an 18 right at the last minute, which manages you to break free. So now we've got this situation going on as you're in free fall.
Okay.
Snarg.
Yes.
Roll to not lose your lunch.
What is this, a fort?
Yes. You are literally
right.
hitting the four walls one after another as you're being spiraled back there.
Oh, that's pretty good. You got a 30.
Okay, so you're fine. In fact, I'll even give you an acrobatics or athletics or whatever. You actually managed to grab something, so you're no longer literally being careened around the war.
Grab it, sword.
Yeah, get the sword first. That's important. You don't want to get impaled on it as you're being tumbled around
that
the
hurts.
room. So Guido and most of the crew are literally flailing in the thing. Guido, I need a roll from you too, consequently, to not go flying around. I need a couple rolls here. Let's get the helmsman. Helmsman's in the air. Captain's fine. She got the chair. Scanner officers fine. Gunnering officers, of which there are multiple, are fine. So the only person not in their chair is the helmsman right now.
17.
And Guido's fine too. So the helmsman's just...
Okay. What do I have to roll to try and catch the helmsman?
We'll go with just flat strength.
Okay. 22.
22 is good. So... and you're like this. You're holding onto the console.
Are you wrestling a ship?
And you're shoving him into his console and just holding him there.
Suplex the ship.
There we go. Okay. So you're holding
very
him there.
Triumphantly.
Or the helmsman.
He doesn't even have to get orders. He immediately tries to right the ship, and he rolls a 2. Now you've got 2 rounds before you hit the ground. Not counting that one.
Profession helmsman to try and help.
To try and help? You are helping. You are holding him in his chair. I'll give him a +1 though. I'll give him a +1. Now, no, I'm not even going to give it that to you. There's too much going on right now for you to get random information. So we'll do another roll here. We got 2 rolls left, guys, for this guy to level. He rolled a 2.
Okay, well, it's not a fumble.
This is it.
Ooh, wait.
What?
Okay, so first he's got the what is it? Aura of Courage,
Okay,
morale
so,
bonus.
okay, he does have
Okay.
a morale bonus. All right, I'll give you that.
Okay, and what does leadership do again? Does that
It
give-
doesn't actually do anything for that, but we'll just pretend it does because that's a nice idea. We'll give him another +1 for leadership.
Okay.
So he's got +1 from that, +1 from that, and the +2 from your bonus. So he's somewhat plussed at the moment. There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to connect this train station. All right, this is it.
You got this, Bob. You got this.
Should I do any dice rituals? Anybody have any dice rituals? I don't have any dice rituals.
Just blowing it.
Okay. It's a 20.
Nice.
So
Like natural?
natural 20. Natural 20. So this is like right out of a movie.
Sand goes spraying up on the
Sand
side.
goes spraying everywhere. There were some armadillos who were just nesting there who are now 50 feet in the air from the wash. And the ship is now speeding away as quickly as it can. And the helmsman's like
Like a butterfly.
like
flutter,
he's not
butterfly,
terrified.
flutter,
This is
butterfly.
pure adrenaline.
I pat him on the shoulder.
Oh, right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I am a god. No, he's just mainlining adrenaline right now. You have a chance to look behind you. At about this time, Snarg, you've reached the rear hatch.
Ugh. That's it. I opened this earlier today.
Okay, I roll strength for me really quick.
Okay.
This isn't a high DC, but I'm gonna laugh if you fail it. I really am.
21.
21. Okay, so you grab onto something because you and you look out, and the first thing you see is a frigate, which is just like pretty much 20 feet off the ground, just kind of hovering there, not really doing much. And you're speeding away from it. So I was like, oh, thank God. And then you look up, and you see another frigate, which is about 20 feet away from you, which is bearing down on you.
20 feet?
Yeah, it is right there.
Oh, that's pretty close. Is there a comm right here?
Sure.
Okay. They're 20 feet behind us!
What? Ow, oh, damn it. And then the frigate hits the GM.
Oh. Critical hit.
Yes, it's just that's actually what this is from. It was a time-delayed effect. So, Guido, you hear that. Everyone on the bridge hears that. The captain barks out, "Evasive maneuvers!" I'm going to go ahead and give the helmsman a chance to do something cool. Because this is... Alright, he rolls well enough, so he hears evasive maneuvers. Well, actually, even before the evasive maneuvers order goes out, he hears they're right behind, they're 20 feet behind us. And he is so mainlining adrenaline, and he's got all these bonuses, because Guido's still holding in there. And he's like, you know what? No, I'm not going to evasive maneuver. I'm not going to try and outrun him. He goes full stop.
Interesting choice.
I'm going to roll to see if the frigate hits the ground. Because, remember, you are right above the ground. You are like, you could hop down right now without even a roll to reach the ground from how low you are to the ground. So, and a frigate is bearing down on you full force. They rolled an 18.
Wow.
I was really expecting a low roll with how my dice have been today. So, you go back to our visual demonstration here. They're bearing down like this, and they're basically about to just careen you into the ground. You do this, and the frigate goes, it just barely levels out, and you see it go flying overhead, Star Destroyer style, ironically, as it's just trying to level itself out right in front, and it's just. And it's so close that your ship, with its comparative size difference, is actually moved by its wake as it's thundering right over you, and the helmsman has to struggle to keep the ship in the air. Because that frigate is going full tilt. Faster than a frigate should be able to go, by the way. I've probably made that point clear by now, but because they were catching you. But yeah.
So can we try and pull the same maneuver of get on top of them and push them into the ground? Well, if we hit the nose, you know, yeah.
No. No. I mean, unlike the exact right circumstances, maybe. I could see that working, yes. But it would be... You'd have to set them up for it, basically.
Wait a minute. Okay, if they're passing over us with that distance between us, what would happen if the helmsman pulled up as they were passing over?
That would throw them off a bit. I don't know if it would toss them into the ground, but it would throw them a bit.
I'm going to tell the helmsman to do it, you know.
All right, let's do 2 rolls. One for the helmsman, your helmsman, which rolls well, and one for their helmsman. It's an edge. I kid
it's
you
a fail.
not.
It's a fail.
It's an edge. No, that's a reroll. Just. It is a 16. Man, their helmsman's just top notch today. 16 is good enough with his bonus to not hit the ground. But that is still gonna throw them. So you only toss them off a little bit, but you managed. You know, they're rewriting stuff, and you just do this, and it basically throws off their thing. So they kind of have to do this thing. And you now have a few rounds to get the hell out of dodge. That's my personal advice. Or you could try boarding the enemy frigate.
Snark, what do you want to do?
What?
Close that back door, damn it!
No, I can see him.
Oh, what? That reminds me, Stark. Your ship just hit their ship. Roll to keep your grip.
What do you want me to roll?
We'll go with just strength to not lose your grip on the thing as you're dangling over an open hatch. I'll allow combat or non-combat AP for this.
I will use a AP for this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's decent. I ended up with a 13.
A 13.
Yes.
Would you like to keep your grip on your sword or the ship?
You're gonna make him choose between his sword and the ship?
Yeah.
It's okay, I got a plan. I'll keep my grip on the sword.
Okay. Ah!
Bye, Snark.
Now, as I mentioned, you're not that far off the ground, so there's not even damage or anything like. I mean, you're moving along at like 100 miles an hour, so there's going to be damage. But you just. Ah! Hang on,
it's my turn again.
quick roll here. Scanning officer said we lost someone.
Bye.
Oh no.
Guido to Snarg. You have an opportunity to take the ship. Do you want to, run, or do you want to try and take the ship?
Meanwhile, Snarg, we're going to do some damage rolls here. I already have in mind what the damage is going to be, since it's... Actually, we'll add one more dice. One more dice to the damage roll. There we go. Oh, one more dice. No, I'm kidding. This is what I was going to do originally. Bad rolls. So that's 42, 43, 48, 58, 66 damage when you hit the ground.
Ow.
I'm going to allow you to do something weird.
Okay.
Because I feel like doing it, and you probably didn't think of it. You may roll knowledge elements to try and lessen your damage.
Oh, that's pretty good. That is a 46.
46 will allow you to lower that by 15. I don't remember the original number I gave.
Good. 50.
So you basically use your knowledge to pull up the sand and the thing to try and help catch you and lessen the blow of smashing into it at rapid velocity.
Right.
You are now on the ground. Your ship is flying away very quickly. There's a really big frigate, like right there and right there.
Hmm.
You have your sword.
I do have my sword, which I wanted.
And when you look to the left, there's a woodchuck.
Oh.
Or is it a woodchuck? What's in the last Indiana Jones movie? They just kept showing up all over the
Gophers.
place. A gopher. There's a gopher
Dogs.
right there.
Prairie
It's
dogs.
just looking at you. There's a fridge right next to him. With a dead person inside.
How
One of the
fast
best
are
Easter
the
eggs
airships
in
moving
Fallout.
right now?
How fast what? I'm sorry.
How fast are the airships moving right now?
Yours is still going away at full tilt. Last I checked, that could change very quickly here. So, like I said, about 100 miles an hour. It will be out of visual range very quickly.
That takes too long to do then. Okay.
The frigate is trying to slow down. The one in front of you, so it's going to be coming to a halt. The one behind you is now approaching much slower. So we'll say like 50 miles an hour.
Okay. Well, the first thing he wants to do is heal himself.
Ow!
So I'm just going to go ahead and maximize something
Okay.
out there. So I don't know if you're going through turns, but that would be my turn.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and go back to Guido for a second. No response to your hail.
Captain, we've lost Snarg. I suggest all stop. Leave no man behind.
Are you hard about? The helmsman's already doing it. Snarg, you finish healing yourself. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I interrupted you, Guido. Go ahead.
I'm making a beeline back to my quarters to get my armor.
Okay.
And if I see anyone en route, I'm going to grab them and tell them, "Help me put on my armor," because that will give me quicker.
Okay. Okay. That will take you 5 rounds to get back to your quarters.
To get back to the quarters, or get
All right,
back and get armored.
To get back and get armored on. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. To get back and get armored. So for 5 rounds, I'll make you try with that. Snarg, you are healed. The destroyer is doing a hard about. Guido
Okay.
is slammed into the wall.
Okay. And there's one fast approaching.
I don't know if I call it fast, but yeah.
Okay. But it will be here soon.
Yes.
Okay. So he gets his sword ready. He crouches down to the sand, just stares at it, and begins to smolder.
Oh no. Okay.
All right.
Guido spends a turn. Snarg, it's your next turn.
So we are now on
I
round
can-
2, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Continue charge. Well, actually, no. That would be it.
It's a full round to charge.
Yeah, it's a full round to charge.
All right. So Snarg.
Is it within 200 feet?
Next round it will be.
Okay. So he continues charging.
Okay. Another round for Guido. That's number 3, I believe.
Yep.
And then the frigate, which is at this moment basically like, I mean, it's going pretty fast. So it pretty much inches in range, and it'll be over you like by the end of the round.
Okay.
So it's
All right. What can I see from my vantage point? Targets.
32 cannons. At least 2 docking bays, both of which are closed. And we'll go ahead and say that there's a few other things you don't know what they are.
Right.
Of which there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total. There's just some kind of protrusion on the ship.
Okay. Something that looks important.
Okay.
All right. I will go ahead and read this ability because I have activated a session. User spends 1 turn charging up energy. Next turn, they leap straight up into the air and rocket unerringly into any target within 200 feet. This causes a powerful concentrated explosion on a target for 2d8 times level fire damage. This damage automatically pierces any kind of DR, except a small few at GM's discretion.
That would actually pierce this DR. And a DR in an airship is gargantuan.
Mm-hmm.
What are you targeting?
Something that looks important.
Tell me what you're targeting.
One of the things you don't know what they are, one of the things you do know.
We'll go ahead and breach a docking bay.
Okay. Now, just because it amuses me to share this, one of those unimportant things is their scanning dome. One of them is actually a observation lounge, which would have amused me greatly. And the others aren't as funny, but those two both would have amused me a lot if you smashed into them. So he goes literally rocketing into the landing bay, pierces it, as described, and lands inside into a surprisingly empty bay. Large bay. Mm-hmm. One might even say big enough to fit your ship in it. The Blood Falcon in it, not the Maiden's Deceit. And that's your turn, I guess. So next turn for Guido, I've lost count, which is why I asked you to help me. 4, thank you. Snarg, you're in the bay.
Hold on, really quick. Question about translation. I know I can translate to any known location.
Yes.
That is by picturing the location.
Yes.
Can I do the same thing with people?
Skill, I almost said Deracost. Skilled Desolates. Skilled Deracost can translate. No. Skilled Desolates do actually have the ability to do that. It is a difficult thing. Even for someone like Z, who's been a Desolate all her life, that would be a roll.
Okay.
So, yes.
Is he trying to teleport?
Yes.
Oh, this should be fun.
Damn it! I'm guessing I shouldn't do this because I'm going to split.
No, I think you should.
I already know what's going to happen if you do, if it makes you feel any better.
Okay. I hate to metagame.
Well, no, hang on. Let me describe what the ship has been doing for the last 4 turns.
Okay.
If it matters. I guess it doesn't because you're getting your armor on like madly right now. The Blood Falcon has done a full turnaround and is pushed back and is pretty much like on approach to Snarg when Snarg goes rocketing into the air and into the enemy frigate. And the helmsman needs to decide, the captain needs to decide what to do now that their target is not there and there's a frigate glaring at them from spitting distance. So she's going to make them do this.
Land in the hangar bay?
There's a hole.
It's big enough.
That may scrape off a couple of the...
So stuff happens, and then Guido, the ship is still rocking and banging. You're putting your armor on. And it's now, what are we on, 4th? Or are we on the 5th turn now?
That was the 4th round.
Okay, so that was the 4th round. And you're deciding whether you're going to metagame or not. Let's go to Snarg really quick before you metagame.
Okay. He glances around the docking bay real quick, but finds that it is surprisingly empty.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So he looks for entrances and exits.
There's the major obvious loading ones, big ones for cargo trolleys to go through and whatnot, and a few more smaller personnel ones on the 1st level, 2nd level, and 3rd level.
Okay.
You also start to feel the hair stand up on you, because you're furry.
On the back of your everywhere.
On the back of your
right everywhere.
Tongue.
On the back of my tongue.
Yeah, it's like
my tongue thinks it's tingling. Okay. There's not much good I can do in here, I guess, if there's no one here. And he heads towards the 1st level personnel entrance.
Okay. So
But he's going to do so stealthily.
Roll stealth.
Oh, that is nice. A total of a 30.
Okay, so that's good enough that you're going at a decent clip. Guido, you have your armor on.
All right.
Now you go flying into the wall. Snarg, you look behind you and hear the most gut-wrenching sound you've ever heard in your life, as the very doors of the hangar bay start peeling inward, as a ship literally starts shoving its way into the hangar bay, using the hole you did as a wedge. And it is now
Metal against metal, the best sound in the world.
And it is now rather thoroughly wedged in there.
Well, okay. Oh. And he can't hear anything. I was about to ask, can hear anyone coming, but obviously not.
He can't
right
hear
now.
anything at all. Nothing. There's this ringing that's just... Now, hang on. I'm going to actually have you guys pause for just a second. I hate to pause right here, but bear with me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A few hours ago...
Oh, do I get to do stuff now?
A few hours ago, at about midnight...
I'm going to go pee while it's happening.
Okay. Zariel's like, oh, man. Oh, yeah, I can translate again. The powers of the
Because I can
elements...
suddenly feel the power.
Yes, the elemental energies have renewed me.
Bong!
Bong! And you teleport and translate away to...
My quarters.
You're in your quarters now. They instantly morph to your desires at the moment. There's lots of jagged metal everywhere.
On the Maiden's Deceit.
On the maiden's
Yes, I am
deceit.
on the maiden's
Okay.
deceit.
Hang on, let's edit this for the viewers at home. Whoops. Shoot. Hang on. We're no longer at the exciting airship battle. We are now at the Maiden's Deceit. Wait, what day was it?
Where Z is dancing happily.
What month is it? God, April 28th. Okay, let's just do it this way.
Oh my god, we've almost caught up.
I know, right?
In-game
Midnight.
time has almost reached real life time.
Weird, huh?
We're less than a month behind.
Where's the picture? There it is. No, you're not there. No, you're not there. You are on the ship now. Which is somewhere here. I've got so many images for this. You have no idea, guys. So many. Where's the ship? Where's the ship? Ah. Seriously. There it is. Okay, so you're on the ship. You made it. In memory of when I cared.
Oh, yeah, I hadn't actually shown that off. Sorry.
I just glanced at it as you were getting up. That's a nice shirt. I like it. Okay, so Zariel.
Yes,
There you are. What do you do?
I am.
What doest thou?
First thing I'm going to do is go out looking for Erg.
Okay.
Or rather, I'm going to go to the bridge. I know it's midnight, but I'm sure somebody's around there.
Yes, it is
We
in
are
fact.
still in flight.
Well, actually, you're parked at the moment.
We are still parked.
You get to the bridge, and the first thing you find out is the ship is parked, because you can see, right there.
Oh, hey, we're on the ground.
Is there
And
anyone on
the bridge? No, the bridge is empty. Everyone's dead. No, hang on. Let me pull up my crew manifest, because I already know who's there, but I can't remember what their name is. Right. Kethos, the orc woman. Kethos of the Bleeding Hollow is there.
Keithus? Isn't that Snark's
Mistress!
new recruit?
No, that's someone else. Although I think Kethos was helping him with some Bloodfox stuff, because you guys just kind of borrowed crew members
Everywhere.
everywhere.
I
to
know
get
which
stuff
crew
done.
members I borrowed. I borrowed Greeley and Craig.
Yes.
Isn't Craig spelled with an I in it?
We don't know. We never will.
I think it's spelled with an I. I didn't spell it with an I.
What was her name?
Kethos.
Of Bleeding Hollow?
Yes.
Great. I actually wasn't expecting to get to go tonight. I was expecting to sit here for another hour and a half until it was time to shut down. Keithus, it's very important. I need to know a status update from when I've been gone, and I need to find Erg and
She is, of course, very professional. She says, "Ma'am." Yes, ma'am. We are currently in lockdown, as per the Osteth Republic's orders. We are fully complying with them, as Erg felt it would be best, rather than trying to flee in the presence of the Bahamut.
I'm glad you didn't decide to flee from what is supposed to be our allies.
Regardless, ma'am. regardless of security risks, which I felt were pertinent in this particular situation. We are currently taking leave. Everyone is asleep. This ship will be inspected promptly in the morning by Osteth Republic military individuals, and of course, they are expecting a full briefing from someone, namely yourself, who they were informed would be here in order to brief them.
Ah, well, it's a good thing that I made it back as early as I did, isn't it?
Oh yes, very much so, ma'am. One other thing,
Of
if
course,
I may, ma'am.
everyone is fully aware of the fact that I have not been gone, correct?
Of course not. Where would you have gone,
Excellent.
ma'am?
Excellent. I was just severely injured in battle and needed time to recuperate. I appreciate your understanding.
Naturally, I understand that red crystals are very healing.
To some, yes, to some. Now, what were you saying?
I was saying, ma'am, that there's one other thing that I feel needs to be brought to your attention.
Excellent. What? Hesitation does you no good, ma'am.
There's something that... well, permission to speak candidly, ma'am.
Granted.
This effort to intervene in this situation proved fruitful, but was disorganized and ill-conceived.
Yes, I would agree with that. It was very rushed. I did not have... we did not have time to consult and plan. Go ahead.
It is also worth noting that fielding airships in a combat zone is incredibly dangerous, for reasons that I do not think I need to reiterate to you. Now,
I was
based on these
unaware that
factors,
anyone else was aware of varying situations with combat airships.
I have no knowledge of anything regarding anything, ma'am. However, I simply point out the facts that I'm sure you yourself are well aware of.
Yes, I would rather not lose my airship.
Exactly. Losing such a valuable asset would not be efficient. Therefore, it is my personal opinion, ma'am, that perhaps you should try to engender something of a paramilitary force of more mobility that does not involve such valuable assets being deployed into relatively low-value target areas.
This was an impromptu situation. I actually completely agree with you in that the Maiden's Deceit is not designed for combat, and as very few are aware, leads to great disastrous results. I was actually not expecting for the Maiden's Deceit to receive significant backlash. I am extremely happy that you all pulled back when you did.
Of course, ma'am. Erg ordered it, excuse me, the captain ordered it, the XO ordered it immediately.
Yes, yes.
Now, I will not take up any more of your time, ma'am. If you wish to find the XO, he is in...
All right, well, I will head to...
Okay. So you head down there. He is actually not on the ship. He is down in the staying. As a gesture of goodwill, he felt it would be more diplomatic
to stay
in town rather than in his giant experimental airship.
One thing I am going to basically tell her is that...
the weapons are ready, ma'am. If you want me to destroy the town, I can at a moment's notice.
No, I would like my quarters sealed, please.
As you wish, ma'am.
Healing red crystals.
Would be very valuable in the black market.
Yes, I'd rather not lose my healing red crystals.
Now, I'm going to be really mean. The code for getting into the thing is 1A2B. If you don't remember that, you can't get in.
Hold on. I have a quick memo pad. As soon as I find it.
I was hoping to be more mean than that. Oh, well. I guess you can just live with having a memo pad.
1A, 2B. You're only saying that because I don't take notes.
Yes, that is exactly correct. You have successfully cracked the Rosetta Stone.
I will now have this note on my phone. Just randomly, like 6 weeks from now, and be like, 1A, 2B.
What the heck does this mean? Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. So, now that you know all of the things, and you go down to the town, and you find Erg's place, and it takes some time to get there. You find his inn, he wakes up probably, "Ma'am, what can I do for you?"
Well, we need to discuss what has been happening while I was recovering from my injuries.
Of course, ma'am. I understand that you were grievously wounded in the battle. I am terribly sorry that the Maiden's Deceit was not up to military code to deal with this particular situation. If you want, I can then turn all financial resources that you turn over to us, of course, in turning this into the most powerful, insanely difficult to defeat warship in the skies.
Erg, I greatly appreciate the offer, but as you well know, your mistress is not much on battle.
A pity, then. Perhaps I will speak to the Lord Captain. He might be more equivalent to having the greatest warship in the skies.
You are aware of the recent item of which I have acquired. Perhaps your endeavors would be better suited toward outfitting that acquisition? Should you so have the desire.
That's right, remind me.
I'm talking about the other ship.
Okay, right. I'm like racking my brain like
my other recent acquisition of which could be upgraded into a military.
Like, what has she been building? I mean, she got the spy network thing, and there was that. No, I don't think that was it. What did she get? There's something. I just don't remember what. Ah, whatever. I'll figure it out. Whatever. I'll just give her something.
I can see Erg just sitting here going,
what did she get? Oh, right, the destroyer. Oh! Right. No worries, ma'am. I'm sure we will be able to do so and turn it into a very proper strike craft. But in the interim, I'm afraid I do have some bad news. We are impounded welcome. For the moment, as the Osteth Republic wishes to deal with the situation.
In the morning.
However, Cressivus of Graniteholm will be coming here personally to inspect us.
I'm assuming that's a knowledge politics roll to...
Yes. Chrysovus, actually. I pronounced my own name wrong.
Oh, wow. I rolled a natural 20.
What is his name?
That is going to be a 31.
Not name. Rank. What is his rank? Where's my names list? Hang on. There it is. Why is it under the eyes? Names. Under the eyes. Chrysovus. Actually, he's not of Graniteholm, is he? Hang on. Chrysovus is of... Steel Mortar. There he is.
Chrysovus of Steel Mortar.
He is the Titus of the Osteth Republic.
Is the crew aware of this in order to make the necessary preparations?
Ma'am, we have full diplomatic and royal standards ready to go. We will be in full dress uniform, of course.
Excellent. My quarters, I requested that they be sealed, probably for the best.
Of course. Do you happen to remember the code?
Yes, I do. 211 something. Hold on, I have it.
Oh my God! No, that was the self-destruct. The Maiden's Deceit in the distance starts thundering and exploding.
Oh, it does not.
Okay, so you so yes, of course, ma'am. Now, I have information for you that should be given to you by someone else in person, if you'd prefer that, or I can tell you.
Who was requesting to give me this information?
Greeley of Silversnap, I do believe.
Has she returned?
She is staying in the room. That's 3 hallways down that way.
I'll go visit her momentarily. Why don't you give me a brief synopsis?
She has returned with news.
Excellent. News of a good variety?
Well, I know she was successful in her mission.
Ah, well, that is a pleasant thing. I might actually have the funds to be able to create that diplomatic vessel. This should be quite fun, Erg. Are you ready to go shopping with me? I trust your expertise slightly more than Captain Granite Holmes after our most recent...
In my experience, the captain is excellent at what he does.
Oh, he is quite excellent at rolling ones. Yes, you are correct.
I've seen his piloting expertise. It is phenomenal.
Did you happen to have us on
You ain't seen
scanners
nothing.
before we went out of range?
Yes.
We gave the ship a dirt bath around blah, blah, blah,
Yes,
blah, blah.
we saw. Our range is much farther than 70 miles, ma'am. We saw you all the way
Without
to all our
active
costs.
scanners?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, we didn't see all the details, but we could see your dot, and then your dot went down. And it stayed down for a minute, and then it got back up. So
It stayed down
Down
for
a
more
couple
than a
of
minute.
times.
I went and got... Yeah. We'll discuss that later. I spent some funds to hire an ex-show military crew.
Oh, excellent
very
choice.
familiar with it.
I'm sure they were eager to get out of retirement. I've never understood the show military's policy on that matter. Did I ever tell you I met this one Sclavi, Whiskor of... I can't remember his clan name off the top of my head. He was...
Wait.
just-
I have to ask. Did Z ever meet Whizcore?
No.
Oh, Whizcore.
Fascinating individual. I heard he joined the directorate. I could be wrong about that. But anyways, so...
I've had some dealings with the directorate.
You have? Really? Well, why don't you go tell Greeley all about that? I'm going to bed. Good night, ma'am.
Well, that was fast. Excuse me. Shuts the door, locks the door, takes the key with her.
You hear it mumbling in the distance. My key!
No, I'm kidding. I'll slide the key under the door.
Okay.
As I leave to go 3 hallways down. I'm assuming there's only one room in the 3rd hallway down.
There's actually several, but he gave you specific directions. So there you are at Greeley's room. She's actually not asleep. She's up doing paperwork right now. So, oh, mistress.
Cup of coffee, Greeley.
Oh, there you go. I can't stand caffeine. Ugh. Makes it so I have headaches. Hate it. Can't do it. Need to concentrate.
Cup of herbal tea.
I hate tea with every fiber of my
You're fired.
being. What? And you hear from the corner someone say, "Oh, Zerial." Or no, "Oh, Z. Why do you try to kid around like that?" And you see a familiar gnomish woman standing there.
I forgot what her name is.
And if you don't remember, you're not remembering a character either. This is always so fun as a GM. Oh, damn it, she remembered. Yes, Millie of Great Gear. You clump Millie of Great Gear.
Yes, I do.
Whoa there, I'm not as young as I used to be.
Well, I mean, kind of little, so I just kind of go. Shh.
It's good to see you too, dearie. I hope
Where's
things
the
have
rest
been
of your
well.
family? Is everyone safe?
Yes, they're on board the Maiden's Deceit. Really, honey? Really?
Honestly, it wasn't my decision to name it
Of
that.
course it wasn't. I understand. You just wanted to do that whole obfuscation thing you like to do. Oh no, I'm not the deceitful one. It's actually the captain, who's this Lugian guy. He's the maiden.
Oh no, I'm the maiden.
So you're
He
the
caught
one.
me out in a lie once ever. I swear
Once?
he must have
Wow.
rolled a 20 and a 4.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Yes. And ever since, yeah, he just...
I knew a lycanthrope once who was really good at ferreting out lies. A decent chap. Named Tabrin or something like that. Anyways, continue.
I don't like him. But I assume he was recalled because I haven't seen him. Speaking of which, the House of Airfall
Yes.
has also contacted... well, I'll talk to Greeley. Remind me I need to talk to you about the House of Airfall later.
Okay, ma'am. Whatever. Sorry,
Thank
I'm
you.
kind of busy.
So, what paperwork are you working on at the moment?
Oh, well, I've managed to get you that, I sold your tickets. I still wish you'd let me talk you out of it, ma'am. I mean, these are season passes.
I know,
And
and
from
they're
what I
behind-
understand, there's this
You have-
one Lord Elf who is doing really well right now.
This one. I hold out the signatured Valsenball.
Yeah, I don't remember his name right now, but yeah, that's totally him. He's apparently like he's so dreamy.
Oh, he is.
I got to see him in action, and I mean the way his muscles just ripple, and I don't know how girls talk about guys. So I'm
Oh,
just
you
gonna
should
make
see
it
his
up.
abs.
His abs are amazing. He looks
They
like Vin
are.
Diesel. Except, like, better? I don't know. Is Vin Diesel attractive? Give me an attractive person.
Vin
Wait, I gotta
Diesel-
hit.
I consider Vin Diesel attractive, so
There
I
you go.
suppose you're okay there.
He looks like Will Wheaton.
I see. I don't really consider Will Wheaton attractive from a physical sense.
He sounds like Will Wheaton.
It's not his voice. It's his
Very
personality.
He
Does not have the personality of Will Wheaton.
he fixes things miraculously on the Enterprise, like Will Wheaton. There. Shut up.
Oh,
So, you're giving me a headache here. Okay. The things. Right, so I got your favor.
favor.
You know, for the Valsenball ticket. I got a
Well,
little
I
bit
did
of
give
a...
you free reign to trade it for something of equal value.
Well, I already have.
Of equal value. Oh, well, yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. I gave you.
No.
I was
Uh,
figuring it would probably sell for money instead, especially with the season underway. But
that was possible, but I got a little tidbit of something, and I can't remember what it is. Remind me, Sis.
I don't know. You never
It
told.
was about Alluvia. No, I did. I told you exactly what it was. It was in Alluvia. It's something about the situation in Alluvia. Because I know what's going on in Alluvia, but I don't remember the specific thing that you were going to get info on, because it was going to affect everything.
You were giving me info on the evil dude.
Which one?
The guy Lord of Lindenwood.
Oh, Lord Farron. Wasn't I? Because he's doing that, and he pushed that, and he's got that. That's happening. And that happened in the coup.
A lot has happened since we had this discussion,
Yeah, a
though.
crap
because
ton has
Zeiss did a
happened.
bunch of crap.
And yeah, Zeiss has been moving in the past.
And this is a problem. Zeiss, you guys need to stop doing stuff that is affecting us from the past because it changes things
In the present.
in the present, and that's just not cool.
You guys just need to catch up to the current timeline.
Seriously, guys.
Just hurry up.
They're on the 15th of March right now.
God, there's
There's your timing, by the way, whenever you see this, guys. If you even watch the show anymore.
Yeah, you guys are on the 15th of March. We are on the end of
28th
April.
Yeah. Okay, it was something super important because it changed everything about what you were about to do, like your motivations and whatnot. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Were you going to tell me stuff about Collier? Was it about? Because I know there was something about Collier that I was going to find out around this time frame.
That's technically recent. That actually happened yesterday in game.
Oh, so I wouldn't be finding out about that
Yeah,
now.
that's not it. It's something in. Oh my God, this is super important, and I need to remember it. Just let me concentrate for a second.
You can tell me later.
Well, this is kind of. If I can't think of it in a minute, then I give up. That's not helping.
Did you want to go to your black screen so you can edit this out later?
It depends on how long it takes me to think.
I'll be back.
I don't remember. See, there's a lot of big events like the coup, but I don't remember why that would actually affect you.
The coup wouldn't.
And there's the.
Was it to do with Zeiss somehow?
No.
See, I don't see.
There is something. I just remembered it.
What?
We have learned, ma'am, that there are multiple factions in Alluvia right now that are functional and completely segregated from each other. In fact, they are effectively in a state of civil war. There's not a lot of actual fighting yet that I'm aware of.
Oh, I remember why this is important because
But-
this is the information I was going to. Got it.
But all three major factions of Alluvia... Yes, I knew this was relevant. That's why this was so important. All three major factions of Alluvia all have the same policy towards Naveri and the show, actually, even though they're not actually at war with the show. From my understanding, ma'am, and forgive me for not getting into the theories of it, but the economic situation in Alluvia is completely untenable, and the solution that has been delved upon by all three factions independently of each other is the acquisition of new materials and new markets.
They're going to take over. They're not trying to win a war for political mechanisms. They're trying to conquer.
Yes, ma'am. They will not seek peace. This is probably why so many of the peace conferences, which, I don't know if you're aware of this, ma'am, have already happened between Alluvia and Avere, have not been successful, because Alluvia has no interest in going to peace. All three of Alluvia. Wait, is it 3? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's 3.
Greeley?
This was a very expensive favor, by the way.
Is this information my favor?
Yes. I learned this from the Lady Lightmane herself.
Wait. Why would the Lady Lightmane is in the government? Why would she just let this information go?
Not anymore.
What?
She was deposed almost a month ago, actually.
I'm assuming this is not common knowledge, or else we would have heard about it by now.
Well, it's possible you wouldn't have. News coming out of Alluvia is practically non-existent. Any information going through Alluvia is very rare and much more valuable than normal right now as a result. However,
I'm assuming since Millie is here that Zeptek has come back.
Yes. He's not in this room.
Obviously. I'm talking to Greeley. Greeley, we need to get ears into Alluvia.
I had the same thoughts, but that's not as easy as it could be.
I know.
We also need to think about which faction to infiltrate.
Well, in a perfect world, I would say get me into all of them. What?
Well, as soon as we get to that perfect world, I will let you know, ma'am. For the now,
I understand.
there is a very powerful noble who you may actually know about. His name is Lord Farron of Silent Blade. He is extremely well liked. Yes, the Lord of Glendon Wood. Extremely powerful, extremely charismatic. He already was effectively the second strongest man in Alluvia. He is effectively his own kingdom right now.
He is the one who got Lady Lightmane deposed, isn't he?
Very likely, from my information. She was kind of mum on the details. She is treating all the information she has as if it is valuable as her life.
Do we know who's been put in her place?
A guy whose name I don't remember right now, says the GM. However, I do know that he is someone from the Glendenwood region.
Of course.
And that he has basically completely rearranged his cabinet in Holberg.
Of course.
In actual fact, there is a drudge who is looking for a job right now as a result of that, an Ursulon of
Get him.
Howler.
Bring him. He's extremely invaluable.
All right. I will try to make the necessary movements.
I need Zeptek to do a favor for me.
I'll get him in just a moment. Allow me to finish my report, if you will, ma'am.
Continue.
The second faction that we're aware of is best described as the military. Now, I don't know how much you're aware of Alluvian politics, ma'am, but the Alluvian military has always been practically its own government. They run the fire departments, they run the trash, they run the utilities, they run the policing, and of course they do the fighting against the creatures and other bandits and pirate gangs and the Reds and whatnot. They are unsatisfied with the way that the aristocracy and the mercantile class has been running Alluvia for a century.
Because, yes, and I'm sure they are quite unsatisfied with the way this war has been going.
Yes, rather much so. Which leads me to the third faction, which should be obvious at this point. It is the remaining, effectively the legitimate leaders of Alluvia, the actual aristocracy that does not include...
So we have the Lord of Glendon Wood attempting a coup. The military that's decided they just need to be in charge. And the nobles who, well, honestly, Greeley, do you have any inkling that the nobles will be able to do anything?
They have money and nothing else.
They have money. Yeah. And money in that situation is no longer going to buy them the power that they've once held. Oh, Lordy. I'm going to turn around to Millie and I'm going to say, Millie?
And Millie says, no, before you say anything, Millie, as you turn to her, Millie says, this is why I left for Osteth, by the way. Saw it coming. From a parsec away,
I hear
swear.
you.
Maybe you should think about settling down to just a thought. Maybe pull away from all this until the world stops trying to tear itself apart.
Millie, do you know what happened at Marblebush?
There was some cataclysmic destructive weapon that was used by some
really,
idiot or another.
Really, this information is top secret. Millie, 2 airships attacked each other. Their magicite cores exploded.
and caused that. Mages are fighting now. The magic is wrong. We've reached a point that I can't just walk away, but I tell you this now, I am going to do my damnedest to keep you and my maiden's deceit out of the war.
Admirable intentions.
Greeley, I need Zeptek to get a letter to Slovena.
Okay, this can be difficult because the country rider is not operating at its best right
No,
now.
I need Zeptek to get it there. Zeptek is not currently a crew member of our ship. I know he is here because he brought us Millie.
All right, ma'am.
Can we get Millie's family off of that ship for the time being?
If you wish, they are currently
Is
housed
it-
there, because
Is it known that they are there?
not that I'm aware, nor is it known that Millie herself is here.
I would like to get both of them off of my ship and into safe quarters until the inspection is through.
Easy enough.
Then get them back on the ship where we can keep them safe. Zeptek, I need him to get. I need him to get what you just told me to Slovena, and he needs to be able to do it as fast as possible. What can I do to speed that process?
Unless you have some kind of instant teleportation device or some crazy thing like that.
Greeley, how do you think I got here?
You were injured, ma'am, of course.
Yes, I was injured. Now, Millie,
Well, I've got a nice cabin up in the mountains. I mean, I know it's all mountains around here, but it's one of the mountains. I've actually got a wonderful array of traps and defenses set around it. Your Zeptek was very clever to be able to get in at all. He was quite smart, too. He decided not to actually try and knock on the door, otherwise he might not be here anymore.
I'm very glad he's very useful. Shows a lot of promise, that young lad. Let's get you back to your home for the time being. This should only take a couple of days at best. Hopefully it will take less. Possibly it will take more. I will send Greeley, look at Greeley, to fetch you personally whenever the show is done inspecting me.
You mean the Osteth?
The Osteth, wherever I am, is done.
I'm somewhere. I don't know where.
It's been a rough couple of days. I only nearly died several times. Yes, let's get you somewhere safe, Greeley. I will leave that planning to you. Where is Zeptek? I will go fashion this letter and tell him of what I want him to do myself.
He's in room 11A 2B.
11A, 2B. The 11A's, 2B's just keep popping up into my life. Is Erg aware of what you just told me?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Thank you.
Wasn't sure if you wanted to keep him informed, but he is informed.
He is acting as the captain in my stead. It is important that he stays informed unless it is of something of a personal matter. I trust your judgment, Greeley.
Okay.
Now, what has Craig been up to?
I don't remember. No, remind me real quick.
No, he had. I am asking, and just in general, he was not given any. He was given 1,000 gold to play with,
That's right. You sent him
and
to go
I'm assuming
play.
he would not have been idle.
He has actually discovered some information. I already know what he's discovered.
Okay.
Craig is also staying over there, and he gives you a very brief thing. He's like, ma'am, I'm sorry, I don't have much information for you. All I have for you is the fact that there is information to be had, and I don't know what it is. Yarek is doing something big soon. I don't know what. They're losing the war. Their front line is being inched backwards.
God, I hope they're not going to try to surrender.
I doubt it, from what I've seen.
Do you
From
think
what I've
they're
heard.
trying to sign a...
There have been ships going from Yarek to the Dyers regularly, ma'am.
to the...
I do not know their destination or port of call, if indeed they have one.
That's suicide.
Very likely.
Well,
I wouldn't do
suppose it's
that.
better.
I mean, I'm loyal and all, ma'am, but if you ask me to go to the Dyers, no.
Craig,
No.
do I look stupid?
No. But I'm not going to the
Exactly.
Dyers. Stop trying to make me go to the Dyers! No, I'm not
Craig,
going
no
after
one is
them.
trying to make you go to the Dyers.
God.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Do what you can. Find out what you will. Is there anything else that I can do for you?
No, I think that's everything.
Your funds are are keeping
Oh,
up well?
no, I'm fine financially, my dear. I have billions of dollars.
Dollars? What are those?
It's something that they're doing at this attraction theme park.
Are you
called
gambling?
Disneyland. Yes, but it's okay. I'm winning.
Do they let you trade it in for gold?
Of course. All you have to do
Okay.
is stab them in just the right way.
Just don't get caught.
Never have, ma'am. Here's your wallet back.
Craig,
What?
you took that from the wrong bag. This bag belongs to a gentleman named Coulson.
Oh,
Wazar.
I'm very sorry. I was wondering why you looked so masculine.
Well, you know, I dabble at playing a male occasionally.
That's true. I wouldn't recommend it, ma'am. It's very unpleasant.
It is, and going to the bathrooms stink. I don't know why. Ugh. Well,
Regardless, ma'am.
Craig, I appreciate your duties. Continue on with what you're doing. Then I'm going to step into Zeptek's room 11A to B.
You remembered.
I did.
ZMG.
And basically, I'm going to write a letter for Slovena, and in a more casual tone, basically telling her, no, no, no.
I like how he said it's going to be in a very casual tone, saying, "Don't do it."
And then I'm going to write one in a more formal tone that's basically goes through in the nice, pretty, flowery speech and explains everything that I just found out, addressed to what's-his-face, the guy we gave the ring to.
Okay.
I don't remember who that was.
I don't either.
It's the guy that's in charge.
Yes. So,
And I'm going to tell Zeptek I can get you there the fast way, but I have to return immediately.
Toltarn of Amani.
Are you okay with that?
Okay, so you write the letter. You give it to Zeptek.
Yes.
Zeptek leaves.
No, I asked him, I say I can get you there the fast way, or, you know, if you're okay with that, or I expect you to get there as soon as possible and not get caught.
I can get there pretty fast, man. It'll take me a few days. That's a long trip.
I can get you there today.
Right. Well, let me do my willpower save just by you suggesting that.
I can kill him.
You can. I wouldn't recommend it. He's very useful.
He is.
You evil bastard. Well, he doesn't immediately start trying to attack you. So he's just like, I'm not sure what you mean, ma'am. He is lying.
I know. You have now been entrusted with a secret that, as far as I'm aware, only Slovena is aware of.
I see.
This shows that I trust you.
Well, please don't kill me, ma'am. People keep trying that, and it's very unpleasant.
Were you to react differently, I might have to.
Well, let's do this real willpower save now. Uh-oh, he rolls a 20. Okay.
2-1-T?
Well, okay, I don't know if you know this, but the 2 and the 20 are literally right next to each other. So the dice was like hovering on the 2 for a full half second before it rolled over the 20.
It goes flunk.
So it really was a 2-1-T.
Okay, so I take him back.
You
and
translate him there, and then you translate back.
Yeah.
And now it's been a couple hours, so it's about 2. What are you doing now?
At 2 in the morning, I'm assuming, correct?
Yes.
brooding, more than likely.
It occurs to you you should translate back to your other ship and see how things are going.
I already did.
No, your ship, your other ship.
Oh, my other ship.
You have 2 now.
Okay, I would go there instead of going back to the Maiden's seat first.
Excellent. So you arrive right as the ship careens into the frigate.
Which means I hit the ceiling.
Yes.
Because I teleport in and I literally just go chunk. Ugh. Ah. Ow.
It probably did, in fact, hurt.
Yeah, I'm going to dash to the thingy.
Oh, hang on. Now we're kind of in a rounds thing. So you start dashing towards the bridge.
Along the walls and the ceiling.
Along the walls and the ceiling. Guido, you have just procured yourself from the wall, having slammed into it when the ship slammed into it.
Okay.
Can I reach the comm button? The con chest button.
No, it's just too shiny. Roll willpower to resist Cardamontablom.
I rolled an 8.
That's a no, automatic. You have to crit to resist Ricardo Montalban.
So I reach up and I go, oh, and I'm stroking it.
Yes.
And that pushes the comm on.
And everyone in the ship just hears, oh.
Oh gosh. I just realized these are like the doors in Hitchhiker's Guide.
So I reach up and I'm like stroking it while pushing the button at the same time. What in God's name is going on?
You're starting to depress me, Third.
Why?
Hitchhiker's Guide?
Yeah, I know. Okay, so Guido, you're on the wall. What do you do?
I'm on the ceiling.
Okay.
Wait, is he still pushing the 2 people into their consoles?
No, he's in his room.
Oh, I'm at the.
I was getting armored.
I'm down at the place thing.
Yar.
Wait, I've got it. Guido, did you roll awareness when you were running down the hallway asking whoever you ran past to help you with your armor?
No. Should I?
You roll a 1.
And I've been the one that's helping you put your armor on this whole time.
Yeah.
Guido, get down here so I can put your head on!
So that's a 24 on awareness.
Aw.
So you finally realize it's me.
Wait
Where
a
have you
minute.
been?
Right here! What are you talking about? You asked me to help you put armor on! What is going on?
In as short and concise as I can be, I'm going to explain the Illuvian freighters that have attacked us, that are flying faster than they should be able to, and the Magicite grappling hooks.
Magicite.
Imperial,
Wait.
actually.
Oh, I'm sorry, Imperial.
Imperial grappling hook? What is an airship using a... Why are they grappling us? Why didn't we do evasive maneuvers?
We have been, but they're faster than us.
What do
Which
you
they
mean?
shouldn't be.
How are they...
Yeah, they shouldn't be.
Did you roll knowledge engineering on this yet?
Yes.
Did you roll a 1?
No.
No.
Did you roll well?
I rolled well, yeah. They
Okay.
should not be faster than us. But unless we do an active scan, which we weren't going to do in combat, there's only so much information that was available. Snarg fell off the ship, so we turned around and we're going back to rescue him.
Why was
Hang on.
Snar in a position...
Hang on. Now it's Snarg's turn.
Okay. Well, I don't have to stealth to cover up my noise anymore.
Because you can't tell your noise.
But, okay, have I reached this entryway, this personal
If
entryway
you're
yet?
still going there after your own airship impales the one you're on, yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my god. We impaled another ship.
Yes.
Okay, so
Quite
he
literally.
still stealth, he peeks down the corridor to see what's down there.
You see basically nothing during that corridor. Nothing of any note or interest.
All right.
It's just a corridor.
Takes a quick look back behind him and then starts down that corridor.
All right, so that brings us back to Guido's turn.
Wouldn't it be Z's?
You're right, it would be Z's actually. I think about it. So that brings us back to Z's turn.
Am I done putting on his armor?
Yes, his armor is now on.
Okay. What do you... Why was Snarg in a... Are you all idiots? No, he's the idiot. Making a deal with the Daracost. Seriously.
Never
So-
gonna let that go.
He had this clever idea.
To what? Jump off the airship?
I don't know. I didn't actually get the details.
Why are we standing on the wall?
This is about the time the ship starts to wrench itself a bit, trying to get free.
Let's
You hear some really unearthly sounds of metal on metal.
well, we can either get back to the bridge or try and use the comms and find out what's going on. But it's still your turn.
I will head toward the bridge.
Alright, so she heads towards the bridge, which, naturally, makes it Guido's turn.
I'm following.
Okay.
If I can move faster, I'll pick her up and run, but I
Nah,
doubt
it's
I
not-
can.
It's the same speed, so...
Yeah,
you can still do it if you really want to.
Yeah, we will get there at the same speed.
Snarg, you start to hear noises in the distance that sound like a lot of boots on a lot of metal.
Okay.
One might call it a whole army's worth.
Mm-hmm. I suppose that won't really work right inside an airship.
What are you trying to do?
Well, I mean, one of the desert abilities is sinkhole, but I don't see how that works inside of an airship.
Well, you're in town, I believe. That's what I decided for this at the moment.
Oh, I'm in urban?
Yeah, urban. There we go. That was it. Urban. You have shifted to urban the moment you go in.
Because you are
Yep.
in a metal ship.
A large.
Oh, I've
ship.
got it. You should put 1 foot outside in the sand and 1 foot on the metal. And then you can use both.
It's a herb
Roll
sand
to,
or
roll to convince
sand
the
and-
GM.
I rolled a 19.
Yep.
57.
Hang on, let me actually roll here real quick.
Hold on,
Oh
I've got...
wow, I actually rolled infinity. That is really so.
Oh. When I rolled my infinity dice, I got infinity +1.
Really, that's
Yeah.
impressive. All right, you lose 3 levels. Okay, seriously though. You are in urban, like I said.
Is this like a T intersection, or is this just a corridor that continues on? Or
This is a corridor that continues on as far as you can see.
as far as I can see.
But you could
Right.
jump out and, like, hang on to the outside of the ship, because that worked out well last time.
Hey, it's not his fault. The ship decided to start doing really weird things very suddenly.
Whose fault is that?
That's a good question. Probably the Illuvians.
It is. The Illuvians, those people.
They're just behind
don't know
everything
what
in
you're
this
talking
frickin'
about.
setting. It's certainly not Guido's
Guido
fault.
rolled a 1 on his awareness.
That was just what it was. It was Guido. Guido, come on, man.
Okay. Well, seeing as how he's kind of boxed in now, he will start going the other direction. Still maintaining stealth, and I guess I'll basically be spinning my round to get back out, but he wants to... Well, he's essentially going to get outside the corridor, back into the docking bay, and... hide.
Okay.
Get into an
there's-
ambush position.
Tons of places to hide at, so you're spoiled for choice. If you want a specific type of hiding place, I will allow you to pick one because, like I said, it's spoiled for choice.
Preferably a place where he can charge for a round without being detected.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, I got it. Okay, no, I got it. He wants to be in some place where he can see out of. But
Okay.
any
there's this,
visual movements
There's a cardboard box.
might not be noticed.
Over there.
He's looking for a silent casting position.
Okay.
And he chooses the cardboard box. Just
And I was
waddles
going to
along.
say, there's actually a spot over there, which is,
Behind a bunch of crates and equipment.
yeah. Which is not a cardboard box, damn it.
Oh, that has like a big rectangle cut out of it so he can see.
Yes.
Periodically sticks his nose out and goes.
Yes, exactly right.
Slobbering.
Slobbering the whole way. Because slobbering is what Tiggerses do best.
Team Shop's like, what's that sound?
I keep trying to scratch at this damn
Quit it.
Band-Aid. Well, it's a substance
You
on my
drunk,
hair.
ma'am?
Or hair. Wow. Head. Hair. Okay, so Snarg, you get into sneaking position. You two reach the bridge. There's a lot of blood. This would actually be violet blood. If you happen to know what that means off the top of my head, off your head. If you don't, that's okay. It is Sclavi blood.
Who was my Sclavi? Wait,
captain.
they're all.
She is very dead.
Dead or downed dead?
Dead.
Okay.
After all, it's been like 4 rounds. The crew is just sitting there waiting for someone to show up and tell them what to do.
Guido, take control of the ship. Where
Orders.
was Snarg? Scanning
What do we-
officer.
I can see him right there. He's trying to hide. He's not succeeding very well. From an airship, anyways. He's in a cardboard box for some reason.
On the other ship.
He's right there. I mean, he's literally pointing out the window. Because, remember, you're like this into the cargo bay. So Snarg's literally like right here. Ma'am, we do have 2 cannons that have managed to puncture into the ship. They're badly damaged, though. I don't know why I said ma'am. Sir, we have to...
Guido, I'm going after Snarg. Get us out of here. Now. I'll take him back the forceful way if I have to.
Copy.
And then I'm going to use my turn heading towards Snarg.
Okay. By which means?
Running. I'm not going to teleport in front of a bunch of people.
I'm with you, but the problem is you have to, like, do this, so that's like a 4-round action.
I'm assuming over the course of the day I knew where I was well enough to get out of sight of where my crew is, desperately trying to maintain control of my ship, which is currently rammed into another Alluvian ship, in order to be out of sight, in order to teleport to Snarg.
Quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
Hold on. If she was to exit the bridge, are there people in the hallway outside?
No.
Close
We
the
didn't
door.
hire a... I mean, it's
It's a
a
small crew,
large
yeah.
crew, but it's not...
Right. Exit the bridge, close the door.
Yeah, that's pretty
Damn.
much what I'm doing.
Yeah, okay. So you'll
But-
go out there and...
Teleporting takes a full round action,
Yeah.
so I won't be able to do
So-
anything till next turn.
Guido, you're around.
And I could see him out the window, so I don't have to...
You have to roll to not splanch him, or whatever it is in Harry Potter, I forget. Do you remember what that's called? Splanching? Splicing? Whatever. Splinching!
idea.
Splinching, that's it.
What, teleport into him?
When you teleport and, like, you're missing body parts and stuff.
Oh.
So,
I'm thinking of the teleporter in Galaxy
Oh, by
Quest.
the way,
Oh,
I'm also
God.
slightly starting to lose my temper.
okay. You're on fire a little bit.
Yeah.
I am also going to need a concentration roll, especially after everything that's just happened.
I rolled a 10, which makes that a 31.
Okay, that's sufficient.
Yeah, that's why I dumped points and bought a ring in concentration.
Oops, wrong thing. So, given that little factoid, we're still on Guido's turn.
All right. So, assuming I have been made aware of the situation at this point, I know that we have impacted the other airship. Helmsman, full reverse, get us out of this.
I Captain. Chip isn't moving that well because he rolled really low. Snarg.
Engineering, we need more power.
Snarg, I want you to roll Constitution to withstand the screeching. I'm kidding. You're already deaf.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Why is he deaf?
Because he heard the previous screeching when the ship went in.
Impacted. Ah.
Yeah. Snarg is actually legitimately deaf for the next, like, I decided it was like 10 minutes, so he's out of it for a while, deaf-wise. Because he was in a large resonating bay when that happened.
He wasn't actually hearing the boots of the approaching
He was
army.
No, he was
just
feeling
felt
it. It was just like,
Yeah.
put your hand on the wall. Vroom, 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 vroom. You know, the Aragorn thing. Tracking skills, you know.
You pulled a Legolas.
There you go.
Hobbit.
Oh yeah, I can see them. There's about 207.
What do your Knoll eyes see?
Mickey D's.
Make... So what are you doing, Snark, on your round?
Okay, so I'm back in the docking bay, and there's a little bit of opening to the desert below, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Not going to try and do a sinkhole or anything, but I am wondering if I can at least access some of the abilities in Geomancer that require a bit of sand.
I'll go
For
ahead and
example,
say yes.
Arid sands.
I don't remember what that does off the top of my head, but I'm still going to say yes.
That says the energy of the sands wells up to fill those around it with vigor and haste.
Ah, that one. Yes. Okay, so yes, you may do that one. So the
Okay.
sands go,
And he gains haste,
which is helpful.
and assuming these soldiers haven't appeared already.
Which they have not. They have 2 more rounds. Well, one
Yep.
their next round, basically.
He crouched.
So
He
then
continues to maintain his stealth. And wait for them. And he's deaf, so he's just waiting for them to come out.
Zerial, you may translate.
Wrong.
Where are you translating?
Right behind him.
Okay, so Snarg, roll awareness at a huge penalty.
Yeah, huge penalty.
What is a huge penalty?
Huge.
Number to be decided.
Number to
shortly.
be decided in just a minute as soon as I hear your roll.
My total is a 24.
24. Okay, let's say a negative 50,000 billion.
You are completely unaware of the fuming, flaming elf
The funny
standing
thing,
at your
Hang on.
shoulder.
That's like negative 49,000 billion. No.
the funny thing is, I actually was thinking in my head like a negative 20 from deafness. I should look it up. What
Yeah.
does deafness do? Indeed, just
Oh gosh, it's terrible. I mean, if it's sound only, there's no way. Like, literally
Well,
impossible.
So it
I'm
depends.
behind you, so you can't see me, and there is a sound, but you can't hear me.
Yes, but here's a thought. I'm guessing you didn't teleport to exactly floor level.
Good question. Did you?
It says cannot hear. Automatically fails listen checks.
Yeah, automatic failure right there. That's
Right.
hilarious.
But if you had to drop
And go
to
ka-boom.
land,
That
right,
would be no. It's honestly, it's better that I don't notice her.
Suddenly
My turn.
there's a I was gonna say suddenly there's
waiting
a
for an
thud right
ambush.
behind you. Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh hi Z.
Headless Z.
Yes, head's going over that way. Okay, so
This ball of flame just kind of goes.
so Zerial's turn is spent getting there. Guido, you effectively have the ship's action for your own. Are you gonna keep trying to full reverse?
full reverse.
You really need your helmsman to roll better, especially since you're about to be in a lot of trouble.
You said the weapons still worked.
2 of them, all your weapons technically still work that you're aware of.
Can we shoot the... All right, we're stuck inside.
Yeah.
Can we shoot from the inside out?
To create a bigger opening.
Yeah.
You think that's possible? I will point out something. My phrasing was deliberate earlier. The guns might work because they are damaged. The ones that were on the front of the ship when it went in. So they might work.
Unless the weapons crew tells me that the likelihood of firing this is... I need to reword that. If the weapons crews tell me that if we fire the weapon, it will more likely damage us than the target, then it would be a bad idea. If they think that it may just not work or it may not do enough
Basically,
damage,
he wants to avoid a situation where the weapon is going to explode and do damage to our ship as opposed to
Right.
firing.
Well, the gunnery
Right.
crew is going to tell you what I've already told you, basically. Chance to work. The worst that could happen is you roll a 1.
What are the chances? Come on, somebody.
About 5%. Now that's not a 1.
1 in 20.
That's not a 1. That's not a 1. Okay, one of these will actually hit. The other two, the cannons just fail to fire at all. They are now damaged. If someone could please note that for me, please. Guido, you're awesome
Guido,
at
the
this.
ship is yours.
2 of the
Notations.
4 cannons are damaged to the point of non-functional. The third one's working fine.
The 2 cannons that are inside the ship, are there
Yes,
only
yes, you
4
have-
cannons total?
Oh no, the 4 inside the ship. You got tons of other cannons. This is a battleship. It's a destroyer. So the other one that is inside starts firing wildly and hits Snarg and Zerial for lots and lots of damage. They both die.
Z, you reconstitute a few days later someplace else.
Like, what the
My
hell is
plan
this?
was successful.
No, okay, you start blasting away. Zerial, roll fortitude to avoid being deafened.
That is a 26.
Okay, you successfully clasp your hands over your ears and withstand the noise, the hellish noise.
Snarg, you hear nothing.
You hear nothing. You're like, you see a lot of flashing over there, as one of the cannons is literally blasting away at the hangar door, or what? It's the closed hangar door.
When he turns to look, does he see Z?
That's a good question.
Roll awareness.
Roll awareness.
33.
Okay, Zerial's right behind you.
And it's Zerial as opposed to an ambush.
That's, shh.
Nice.
Portal.
Okay, so a roll willpower, Snarg.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I'm using my paste. That's not good. 41.
Okay, 41 is sufficient.
So yeah, I'm going to like
Not
shove
attack
him
him.
toward the portal.
Snarg, you may choose to oppose.
No.
Okay, you go stumbling through the portal, which leads to...
The quarters that we were all, I'm assuming we were all sharing quarters earlier when they passed.
There's
out.
just one quarter on the ship.
Yeah, so
It's a warship. So yeah, you're in there. Snarg, you're in there.
I go through, close the portal.
One more chance. Okay, I'm just going to roll this again because I'm tired of rolling low. One more chance to get free. Because the previous roll was a 1. The Blood Falcon wrenches free with a horrible thing and just starts going really, really fast in reverse.
He finally found the backwards button as opposed to neutral.
Actually
He's just been
manages
revving the
to literally just barely dodge the other frigate, which is in its path. And you're now speeding away as fast as you can.
We finally taught him to stop riding the clutch.
No, just let foot off.
So I'm going to
foot off.
turn around to Snarg, and in my calmest voice, I'm going to look at him. I'm going to say,
Where's my...
"What on God's green earth were you thinking?"
Oh, I just got it.
Wait a second!
Stop yelling.
Do you know sign language, Stark?
No, but I
I
do
thought she
know
does.
something called earthly mending,
You do, that's true.
and since we're still in desert or urban now,
You're on the
Uh,
ship. You're in urban.
free.
We'll decide on a dice roll. There we go. Roll it! Okay, you're in the desert still.
Okay, then I'll just do Asuna.
Okay.
Well, hang on, does that do non-magical?
Yeah, Asuna can cure it. That would be
Okay.
Asuna level... I'd say 5 to cure deafness.
Okay, I'll cast a 4, which cast is 5.
Okay. You can hear again.
Yeah.
That ringing has just stopped all of a sudden.
Well, now, what were you saying?
Whatever your excuse is for this, it's going to take a hell of a long time to fix this ship.
That's not my fault.
Kidsy's going to turn around and walk out of the room.
Leaving you alone with the other crewmen who are sitting there saying, "What the hell's been going on?"
Luvian frigates, no time. I gotta close the back door. And he takes off well hasted to go close the back hatch.
Yeah, it gets back there. Now, I hate to be mean, but roll acrobatics to not fall out of the back of the ship.
Gosh. Oh, my acrobatics has gone up since I'm hasted.
Yeah, I'd say it should, because the deck's...
So that makes it an 18.
Okay, 18 is enough to not tumble out of the ship again.
Okay.
You did it. You got away.
Yeah, he races back up to the bridge.
When you get to the bridge, there's a lot of blood all over the place, which you recognize as Sclavi blood. There's a very bad-smelling Sclavi woman here and here.
And a little bit over there.
Just a little bit.
Is Guido already here?
Guido's there. Zariel, I don't know where she is.
I'm assuming I'm there.
Zariel's there. You're on the bridge. After a few hesitant moments, the scanner says, "I don't see... They're not chasing us, sir."
Good.
So,
Well, it's going.
So, would anyone care to explain to me how many frigates were there?
2.
How 2 supercharged Alluvian frigates managed to sneak up on us?
In fairness, ma'am, says the scanning officer, if they had managed to sneak up on us, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We did actually manage to detect them a fair ways out. We were following a standard plan, which enables us to have enough distance to get away. It's just they were much faster than they should have been able to be.
Let's be extra precautious from this point forward, please. Snarg or Guido, would either one of you like to help me bury the remains of our fallen comrade?
2 things really quick. 1, backing up to while Z and Snarg were in the hangar bay. Was anyone else on the bridge injured?
Quite a few people, yes, but nobody was
Okay.
killed.
So
Basically, everyone.
Okay. Well, I can do a defib and heal them.
Oh my god, you're going to use defib to heal?
I know, novel concept.
Wow, this is a new day
I know.
in the history of Primus. Okay, so you lightning arcs through them, and they freak out for a second before realizing that it's positive. And then they are healed. I'm not even going to make you roll for it.
There
They're
they are.
healed.
Okay.
None of them were healed that badly, so...
None of them were healed that badly.
Or,
That's
you know
a
what?
good thing.
Yes, that's a very good thing, but that's
That
not what
is.
I meant.
I am also going to mention when Z is talking about these airships that these are 2 of the airships that we encountered when we were rescuing what's his face?
Nabone.
Bone?
Right, Gnawbone.
The longest standing NPC in this campaign so far.
Now, Slovina's been there just as long.
I guess that's true.
These were those ships were not. I was on those ships, Guido. They're not capable of that.
Well, I would argue that because apparently they are.
You don't recall seeing a grapple gun when you were dealing with them last, too.
Yeah, no.
And unless you
cannon,
have
really.
some kind of explanation, those were the same ships.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's clean up the Slavi.
Respect for the dead? You
I-
are
I-
a paladin of life, aren't you?
I was not saying that in character because I couldn't actually remember the name that we'd given her. So let's clean up the bridge. Let's.
I have Saravis of Aritisu was her name. I'm just going to put
that's her?
deceased here
Okay.
in all caps to make sure deceased.
Washed.
Yes, washed. That's exactly right. I didn't expect her to die, actually. I did a roll for all of the crew in that last clung.
I'm surprised the
Anyways.
helmsman didn't die.
Yeah, no kidding. That was actually my anticipation. But nope.
Great, Guido gets to say, "Oh, gee."
And now we're screwed. So, why don't we go ahead and cut it off here? Sis has to get ready for work soon.
Okay.
Seems like a good plan."
You certainly have accomplished some interesting things today. In the exciting airship battle. You guys haven't seen it, but like the current location was reading exciting airship battle for like half of that.
It's an actual landmark location now.
Yes. Here, weird stuff happened.
There's some histercrafts, and here was the exciting airship battle of
Anyways, let's chop this off.